They looked horrible in their opening game. Here's Cody Carlson right here.
That was 4th and 10, Kurt. It was a big play. Without that, Houston loses.
The Jets looked horrible in losing their opening game to New England at New England. Came back, they were big underdogs, and trounced the Cleveland Browns last Sunday. Which team are we going to see today?
You're going to see a very good Jet football team. That line was very aggressive last week, the offensive line. The defense was outstanding, but today the defense is going to have to do it. If they don't do it, the Jets are going to be in serious trouble. They have not seen this kind of balance.
The Oilers have a very colorful coach. He's always dressed in black. There he is, Jerry Glanville. His team has a bad reputation. They're the most penalized team in the league. He says it's a bum rap. What about Joe Walton?
Well, Joe Walton was always Joe Walton. When I meet with him, he's positive, he's aggressive, he's imaginative, and Joe Walton is going to have to be all of those things this afternoon. Between he and Bud Carson, this could be one whale of a football game.
And this kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. Zendeos will kick off. It's going to be Bobby Humphrey and JoJo Townsell deep for the Jets. Houston will be in the blue. White helmets, white pants. The Jets in their white, trimmed in green. Slight breeze in favor of the Jets in the first quarter. And he drives that kick deep into the end zone. Bobby Humphries there's going to run it out to the 10, 15, and up he goes, and he's down on the 14-yard line. Anytime you contain a team inside their 20 on the kickoff, you've done the job. Alan Pinkett, who leads the team in rushing, made the tackle. Here's the Jets offensively. O'Brien's a quarterback. Roger Vick's a fullback. Freeman McNeil will be the running back or tailback. Al Toon and Wesley Walker are the wide receivers, and Mickey Schuler is the tight end. The rookie, #1 draft pick, Cadigans at left tackle, Bankers at left guard, Sweeney at center, Alexander at right guard, Reggie McElroy is the right tackle. So Ken O'Brien gets him down. First down, Jets. Great handoff. That goes to Freeman McNeil. McNeil, #1 draft pick way back in '81. Carries the ball out to the 17 where he's hit by Ray Childress, the left end, and Al Smith, the inside linebacker. A front three, there they are. Childress, Smith, Bird. The linebackers are Lyles, Grimsley, Smith, and Meads. Dishman is starting in place of the injured Brown at left corner. Johnson's at right corner. Keith Bostic, all-pro, strong safety, and Donaldson is a free safety. 2nd and 7 for the Jets. O'Brien's pass to the sideline is complete. Fumble. Dive for it. Let's see who's got it. It's a completed pass and a fumble. Wesley Walker caught the ball and then fumbled it. The hit was by Richard Johnson, the right cornerback. The recovery by 31, Jeff Donaldson. And Houston has an early break here. They'll take the ball on the Jet 21.
All right, well, here, you call it. He's got the football, no doubt. Hit out of his hand, big break. The one thing the Jets did not want to have happen early was that kind of a break, and Houston is scoring position.
Cody Carlson didn't play it down last year. Had a magnificent game in his first start in place of the injured Wayne Moon last week. Warren Moon. The pass is incomplete. Boy, that's a rookie. Look at they get into it. They start pushing around. Here we go. Here we go. Hasty came up on Gibbons. James Hasty, a tough rookie for Washington State. Flags are down. And you can't say this is the quiet start of this Jet Houston Oiler game. That's Gibbons, the wide receiver. He didn't like the treatment that was handed to him by the rookie cornerback, James Hasty.
Let's take a look at this replay, Kurt. One-on-one, they're not going to take it. He goes over the top. James Hasty is going to play him tight. Really no reason for this. Absolutely no reason. They feel Houston is aggressive. They're going to be aggressive, but it can sure ruin the football game early.
The huddle by the officials. An incomplete pass.
Unsportsmanlike conduct from a 40 defense.
That's called on James Hasty, the physical rookie cornerback. 200-pounder. The referees assigned to...
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Here it is again.
Number 40 defense. Half the distance to the goal line. First
Half the distance to the goal. The referees, Bob McElwee. Umpire Dennis Riggs. Head linesman Dale Hamner. The judge is Ron D'Souza. Back judge is Jim Carney. Side judge Stan Kemp. Field judge Jack Vaughn. And the replay is Tom Kelleher.
Mike Rozier is in the football game. We were anticipating Alan Pinkett. Now, with the aggressiveness that they're showing at the defensive line, Mike Rozier can bust it quick if they can do any kind of blocking. Look for Mike.
The Oilers on the Jet 11-yard line. Carlson to Rozier. Rozier is hit for a loss by Scott Mercereau, the nose tackle. The crowd roaring here. Mercereau, Southern Connecticut, had a big game last week against Cleveland, and Rozier playing with a gimpy ankle, just under 900 yards last year. He's gained 100 yards this year. Keeps being nagged. There's the backfield. Carlson, the quarterback. Rozier, Alonzo Highsmith, Drew Hill, Ernest Gibbons. No pair of more dangerous receivers on the team than those two. And Jamie Williams, the tight end. Davis, Munchak, Pennison, Matthews, and Steinkuhler. 3 number 1 picks in that Houston front wall. They're on the 13 of the Jets. They have a second down and 11. Carlson hit again. Was he hit? Mike Rozier by Troy Benson, the inside linebacker, 54, and Rich Miano, the strong safety. Benson from Pittsburgh, his 3rd year.
We thought we would see the aggressive Jet team, and they are aggressive. Somebody's hurt down there.
I think it's the tight end, Jamie Williams. They can't afford to lose him. He doesn't catch any passes, but he's an excellent blocker. Spider-Man. He wears Spider-Man outfits and collects Spider-Man comic books and goes around the town of Houston dressed in Spider-Man uniform. Look at the ponytail on him.
Yeah.
He's limping now. He's a character.
We haven't seen much of number 22, Eric McMillan. Now, he's another rookie. We've been talking about James Hasty. There's the Spider-Man. We've been talking a lot about James Hasty, number 40 at the corner. The Houston Oilers may be looking at number 22. He's young. We know that. His first year, his third regular season, football game. He could be a target for the Houston Oilers.
Gerald Nichols goes in as a pass rusher, 77. The nickelback, Carl Howard, is 28. It's 3rd down, 12 for the Oilers. A lone setback is Orlando Highsmith. Cody Carlson throws, and it is incomplete to Gibbons in the end zone. Defended by Bobby Humphries, who had a sensational game against the Browns. Humphries had 7 or 8 solo tackles, was breaking up passes, and Tony Zendejas, one of the best place kickers in football, comes on.
Here are 2 of them going together. One takes it, Hill takes it to the outside. Ernest Gibbons to the inside, and Humphrey was right there. Nice play, Bob.
This will be from the 20-yard line, making it a 30-yard attempt for Tony Zendejas. It's down, and the kick is up, and the Oilers are on the scoreboard. They take the lead, 3-0, 12:35 remaining in the first period, and we'll be back at the Meadowlands right after this message. An interesting stat there. The Oilers scored first in just 3 of their last 19 games. Last week, they beat the Raiders of Los Angeles, and they were trailing the Raiders 21-7. In the first half, Al, and made a dramatic comeback.
You know, Kurt, that was a major defensive series for the New York Jets. Being able to stop them and the aggressiveness of Hasty on the far side with Ernest Gibbons, they really got that. He got that entire team fired up, and it was dynamite just giving up 3. So Houston's in a football game.
Here is Zendejas' high kick to Bobby Humphrey. Takes it on the 4. Far side. Breaks it out there. He's at the 20. Flags are down. He goes down on his 26-yard line, but we have the flags down. Making the tackle was Domingo Bryant, the reserve safety man. A 22-yard return by Humphries. This looks like it's going to go against the Jets.
And it was flagrant. There was no reason for it. one of the Jets, and I wasn't able to identify him, just grabbed one of the Oilers coming downfield.
Well, the Jets have had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, another one tacked on, and they're attempting to wrest the title away from the Oilers as the most penalized team in the league. The Oilers had 15 penalties last Sunday against the Los Angeles Raiders.
For 184 yards. Whew.
Jets ball, first down on their 15. There's the man that did the holding. The Jet backfield will be O'Brien at quarterback. McNeil will be the tailback. Roger Vick the fullback. They're in a spread backfield right now. O'Brien will throw. Little drop pass. Cooler. Batted down by Doug Smith, the nose tackle from Auburn, number 99. He thought he should have caught it, Al.
Yeah, I thought he should have caught it also. They're collapsing that line on that first play, so we'll be watching it.
There's the 10-minute ticker. Miami's jumped out. Washington leading the Eagles. We'll be bringing the scores not only every 10 minutes, but as rapidly as we can. Second down. 4 down linemen in there now. William Fuller goes in. He had 2.5 sacks last week against the Raiders. Gets second down 10 from their 9. A delay and slipping as Freeman McNeil goes down. Right along the line of scrimmage, right on top of him was Sean Jones. He's the one that came over from the Raiders in a trade for a #1 draft pick so the Oilers could get more of a pass rush, and Keith Bostic, the all-pro strong safety. Third down. Jets from their 9. Third down, 10. Vick is out. Billy Griggs is in there. They have a double tight end. They're in the shotgun. Altoon was in motion. Sideline pattern. That's incomplete. So Leslie Walker, the flag down. Was Walker tripped up along the way by Patrick Allen? We'll find out. 3-0 to score. The Oilers are ahead.
Once again, Kurt, a lot of pressure on Kenny O'Brien. They're calling it illegal contact
5 yards
against Dishman.
First down.
They had illegal contact 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, penalized 5.
Here's the pressure now, coming right up the middle, right at him, and he releases it. You couldn't see Tishman. Pretty good blocking. 97 was looping up the middle. Tough to block.
Walker's out, and Kurt Sohn goes in, number 87. It's third down. 5 to go. Fake. Sideline again. Complete to the fullback, Roger Vick. And it's a catch. He had control of the ball when he went out of bounds on his 18, but they're short of the first down. And the kicking team will have to come on for the Jets now.
And here's the play that is so important. Prokop will be coming on the field. He must have a good one. Take another look at that. Vick is short. Does he have control? He has his back to us. Doesn't seem like. No, he doesn't.
Let's check this second down. That penalty gave him a first down. Penalty gave him the first down. A second down. A little over 5 to go for the Jets. Number 18. McNeil. They hammer him down at the 19-yard line. Doug Smith, the nose tackle, in on him.
We're seeing a minor defensive change. You wouldn't be looking for William Fuller, number 95. He's in at the left defensive end. The Houston Oilers showed a 4-man front. The Jets looked like they were anticipating a 3-man front, came with the rain. With the run. Here's, again, some situational substituting. They're looking for pass now. The Oilers are looking for pass.
Johnny Hector, a good pass receiver in for the Jets, number 34. Kurt Sohn goes back in for Walker. They have a 3rd and 5 from their 19-yard line. 3-0 Houston early in the first period. Sohn going in motion. They fake it to McNeil. Here's a long one. And it is incomplete to Kurt Sohn. Sohn was being covered by Patrick Allen, a 5th-year player from Utah State.
Patrick Allen was late coming to camp, did not start at his regular position. Here's an isolate on him. Looks like they've got a step, but he's really close enough. He'll be looking just as soon as he sees the Sohn's eyes going up. Good coverage.
Kenny Johnson is the safety man for the Oilers. Joe Prokop's averaged 36.6, third-year man from Cal Poly Pomona. Guy Bingham will snap. And the left footer, the wobbly spiral. Johnson runs up, grabs on his 48, 50, 45, and is upended in Jet territory, and will be killed along the Jet 38-yard line. So we'll be back here at the Meadowlands. We're in the first period with the score. The Houston Oilers 3 and the New York Jets nothing. There's the Jet front three, Gastineau, Mercereau, and Marty Lyons. Their linebackers are Gordon, Benson, Clifton, MacArthur. That's what they started with. They may have made some changes. Humphrey and Hasty, the cornerbacks. Miano and McMillan, the safeties.
All right, now they've got Gerald Nichols, number 77. Gerald had an outstanding day last week. Very aggressive against the pass.
They have 5 backs in, and here's the red gun offense of the Oilers. 4 wide receivers. Lone setback is Pinkett. Carlson off to Pinkett. Pinkett is to the 36 of the Jets, where he's brought down by Scott Mercereau. The 3-yard gain, second down, 7. This offense came out of the run and shoot by Mouse Davis with the Houston team of the old USFL. This is the offense that Jim Kelly ran up so many yards. He loved it. He wishes they were in with the Bills the way they're scoring no touchdowns right now.
Idea,
but
Kurt.
It's exciting.
Idea, get them deep, vertical, stretching the field out vertical.
You got a running back number. You
Second
can't
down,
play.
7. Pinkett, the lone back. Cody Carlson throwing deep. There's a flag down, and the ball. Is it intercepted? Might have been in the end zone. John Booty, free safety, reserve, 42.
First down.
Great play by him. A rookie from Texas Christian. They've got 3 rookies in that secondary now.
Now let's look at this. It's a fly pattern. We're going to see Duncan taking it deep. Now Booty stays within stride for stride. You just don't do it much better than Booty's doing it right now. When the ball's there, he's up. Played against Carson in college, Kurt.
Well, the touchback gives the Jets the ball under 20. That's the first turnover for the Oilers. The Jets have had 1 turnover the first minute of the game. 2 tight ends, Schuler and Griggs in for the Jets. A lone setback. Ken O'Brien on the handoff to Freeman McNeil. These Oilers are tough to run on today so far. John Jones on the tackle, and the officials are busy separating everybody after the plays. 2 aggressive teams showed up here today, Al.
They sure did. On that one, it was really Lyle, the right corner linebacker, who got involved. But both teams, you're right, the Jets' offensive line is moving across. Right now, the battle is who's going to dominate the line of scrimmage. Whoever dominates generally wins.
Second down, 9. Jets ball in their 20. 1-yard line. 3-0 Oilers. 8:59 to go in the first period. Neal set again. That's Griggs, the tight end, dancing around. Fake by O'Brien. He throws it down. He completes it to Al Toon, and Toon has the first down. Toon they go. Toon. He's one of the 2 or 3 best in the game. He's got everything. He's tall, he's strong, he's dangerous after he gets the ball.
Toon makes some beautiful moves. Here we make an inside move, take it to the outside. Again, offensive line is giving him time. You don't run this kind of pattern without good blocking. He gets in the seam, and Kenny O'Brien hits him. Good play.
23-yard pass play. First down Jets, just over their own 43. They've been operating back in the shadow of their goal line. Johnny Hector's in there. Starts wide. The crossover, the tackle made by Al Smith on Hector.
Good call, Kurt. Slip screen to the far side. The Houston Oilers might have been anticipating a pass. The screen was a good call. Let's take a look at it again. Straighten up their man. Suddenly they break to the outside. You see the two linemen in front of it. The center's out there. Tackle was really made by Ted Banker.
2nd down, 3. Jets on the 50. Walker's back in. Toone's left and Walker's right. Schuler, the tight end, in motion. And dancing through is Johnny Hector, and he blasts for the first down to the Oiler 41-yard line. A 9-yard gain for him. Jeff Donaldson and Johnny Meads teamed up for the tackle.
There's a play that last week the Jets used on the goal line. Today they had Schuler in motion. Schuler was trapping on the far side. Johnny Hector hit behind the flow. Very aggressive attack.
7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Houston ahead 3-0. Jets on the drive. They have a first down on the Houston 41. The two wide receivers come to the same side. Walker's in a slot going in motion. Toone was outside. O'Brien on the pitch to McNeil. McNeil trying to get outside, and they hem him in. They contain him for a loss. Johnny Meads led the charge, a right outside linebacker, with help from the right cornerback, Richard Johnson.
The strategy is interesting on both sides. The Houston Oilers on first down came with a 4-man front, looking like run. Now, it could be that Kenny O'Brien is checking off and going to pass. At this side, the bottom of your screen, the wide receiver was in a one-on-one situation. Now, again, it's either going to be Toone, but more than likely, it'll be Wesley Walker when he's in the game.
It is 2nd down, 11. The Jets on the Houston 42. The tight end in motion. O'Brien the throw. And he hits his receiver, Mickey Schuler, at the 30. And here we go again. An 11-yard pass play. And they're still trying to get people unpeeled down there. Crowd booing the Oilers. Naturally, the hometown Jets band.
Let's take a look at this, Kurt. You're getting a perfect view from the end zone. Schuler gets the ball. Here's the hit. Now watch the late hit. We'll see that in a second. Cole Dunn is the man that got it.
And after the conference of the officials, I believe this will go against the Oilers. The Jets have had one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called early in the game. And let's see, I think.
Personal foul. Late hit, 99 defense.
That's on Doug Smith, the nose tackle, for the late hit. And that pushes the Jets farther downfield.
Houston has now got into a nickel defense. Zordick has gone into the football game.
So the Jets have the ball, first down on the Houston 15. Double tight end set up, Schuler and Griggs. Oilers, we told you, the most penalized team. Told you that a little earlier, 254 yards. That was a big one against them. Now the Jets scoring territory. Schuler going in motion. O'Brien is going to throw. And it is incomplete on the slant pattern to Al Toone. Normally, that wasn't an easy catch, but normally he'd grab that ball.
Let's take a look at this again. Now, Schuler was a man in motion, as Kurt called. Toone sets up his man, breaks it to the inside. Very catchable football. It should have been a touchdown. Let's take another look from the end zone on this one. Coming right at you. Hit him in the hands, and these are the kind that Al Toone generally eats up.
Walker spread to the left. Dunn, the tight end, is in. Johnny Hector's in the backfield replacing McNeil. There's Hector. He's moving it today. He's inside the 10. A 7-yard gain by Johnny Hector. John Grimsley pulled him down, the left inside linebacker of the Oilers.
They're using their tight end very intelligently, the New York Jets. On that time, it was Billy Griggs who was coming in motion. Watch 81. He comes in motion. We're not going to pick him up, but he takes it back to the inside and cuts off the flow to the outside. Gets some pretty good help from Ted Banker.
Jets have made the kill when they get inside the 20. 3rd and 3. It's on the 8-yard line of the Oilers. Bryant steps up. No signal yet. The Jets are signaling touchdown. And we finally got it. Right on the goal line, Jeff Donaldson to Kurt Sohn there. That was a great catch by Sohn. They were all over him. First touchdown this year, by the way, passing for Ken O'Brien. Kurt Sohn. Officials were a little late, but they had to judge it in the goal line. It was a tough call for them. And the Jets took that ball and marched 80 yards for a touchdown. They're a fired-up team. Pat Lay, who hit 31 out of 31 last year. The holder will be Pat Ryan. There's Sohn, 7th-year player out of Fordham. Touchdown came, 5:17 to go in the first period. And the kick is good. So we'll be back at the Meadowlands. The New York Jets, driving 80 yards, have taken the lead against the Houston Oilers. It is now 7-3 Jets.
Football, you've got to be strong in the middle, and the Jets were then. They put a man in motion. Mickey Schuler makes a fine block. Kurt Sohn, coming from the offside, gets between his man, makes a fine catch. Good passing on the part of Kenny O'Brien, right on target.
Tough call along the goal line for the officials. It's coming to Leonard Harris. He lets it go. And it went out of bounds, I believe, on that 1-foot line. The Diz will bring it out to the 35. Pat Lay kicking off. So out it comes. Each turnover has resulted in points. There's the last drive, 9 plays, 80 yards. O'Brien to Sohn. The Jets had an early turnover. Houston got a field goal out of it. And the interception in the end zone. And the Jets came back to go 80 yards.
Last week against the L.A. Raiders, this team was able to move the football. This team moved it very aggressively. If they've got a championship team, let's see if they can do it here.
They have Carlson back in the shotgun. Receiver spread out, and it is incomplete at the 44. Intended for Ernest Givens. They're all over him. Bobby Humphrey smothered him. It'll be 2nd down 10. Cody Carlson, you know, I saw him in college play under Grant Taft down there at Baylor. For the first 3 years, he alternated every play with another quarterback. It was very controversial, highly criticized. Then his senior year, he went all the way, and he holds all the Southwest Conference passing records.
You couldn't help but wonder if he wasn't setting up James Hasty on that last play. Now they're coming to this side with 2 of their wide receivers. So now we're going to see man-to-man at the bottom of your screen.
Carlson hasn't hit a pass yet. He's 0 for 4, and he's had 1 interception. On the draw, up to the 40, and rolling up to the 45 is Alonzo Highsmith, the #1 pick out of the University of Miami last year. There's Bridget, probably the most publicized Jet fan. Gastineau's girl. 9-yard gain for Highsmith. He goes out. Rozier comes in. It's on the 44 of the Oilers. 3rd down and 1. Downs mean nothing. Yards to go mean nothing to the Oilers. They don't play by field position. They have a 1st down and more as Rozier, a former Heisman Trophy winner from Nebraska, who's being nagged by a gimpy ankle, rolls into Jet territory and has the 1st down at the Jet 44-yard line, a run of 12.
This is the kind of drive that you like to see. This thing, you could never get a hole quite as big as the one you just saw, but that's the effect that those wide receivers are going to have. If the defense takes it to the outside, you're going to see a huge opening right there. It doesn't get any bigger than that.
Now Highsmith's back in, replacing Rozier. They have 3 or 4 quality running backs in this Houston backfield, all high draft choices. We'll talk about it. Cody Carlson off the shotgun, fires deep, and the pass is intercepted by Eric McMillan. He's running it to the 35, to the 40, and out of bounds. And Carlson made a mistake then. He threw the ball down. There was nobody there, and McMillan grabbed it, a rookie from Missouri. We've had 2 rookies make interceptions already in this game in the secondary for the Jets. A much maligned secondary before the season started.
Let's take another look at this. Now, as Kurt called it, they've been running the ball very effectively. Cody throws it. There are 2 people coming, 1 deep, 1 short. Made a mistake. You're absolutely right. Eric McMillan's first interception.
Jets ball now. On their own 47-yard line. They're in the lead, 7-3. Let's take it to 48. There's the bomb. Walker's out there. He's got it! And he's out of bounds. Wesley Walker. Dishman pushed him out. Beautiful bomb. The trajectory was perfect, thrown by O'Brien. It dropped it right into his arms, and Walker, as you saw, took it at full speed. And Walker said, nice going.
You know,
that's the way to hit me.
That's the experience. That's the experience. Wesley took it deep. Now, last week, Dishman was victimized a couple of times, so we might see a change. But watch how he drifts out, knowing that Dishman is looking at the ball. He takes it to the outside, and Kenny laid it right in there. Very intelligent receiving.
A 44-yard pass play. O'Brien to that old favorite target, Wesley Walker. First and goal, the Jets on the Houston 8, 7-3. The Jets, 3:28 to go, first period. The spread backfield. McNeil, 10, 5. McNeil is in for the touchdown. Freeman McNeil roars in. He had good blocking out in front. It didn't take the Jets long, did it?
No. Let's take a look at it. It's coming right at you. Kurt Zone is going to go in motion to his left, away from the play. Coming back, being let in there by Benker. Gets to the corner, beats the quarterback, beats the linebacker. This is an aggressive team. It wasn't a very good handoff, but Freeman McNeil, he still has it, Kurt.
Ryan will hold. Lay will try the kick. Encroachment. Robert Lyles, the linebacker, anticipating. Well, I wonder how Houston will respond to this. As we told you last week, they got behind the L.A. Raiders 21-7 and came back. They've been scored on twice very quickly here.
We know, Kurt, you talked about that they'll do anything at any time. Now, that has its pluses and it has its minuses. They were running the football very effectively and then put it up and stalled a big drive. They're going to come back. This is a very good football team, but the Jets are kind of overwhelming them right now.
You know, the Jets scored in just 2 plays after that interception from 52 yards. In 11 seconds, they got another touchdown after just marching 80 yards for a score. Now, that was a illegal motion by Cadigan, the rookie tackle that drew Houston off. Lay's kick is up, and it is good. And the Jets have now padded their lead. The New York Jets 14, the Houston Oilers 3. We'll be back. Lay will kick off. 3 men back for the Oilers. They put Pinkett in the middle, deep. Leonard Harris on the near side, and Kenny Johnson on the far side. They've been kicking away from the middleman. There's Pinkett. And Lay's ready. This one is coming to Harris at the 5, 10, 15, 20. Tries to get outside, and he's dumped at the 21-yard line by Nuo Faula. is good on the special teams. He gets down there. He and Marion Barber. Takes it longer to get his name out than it does for him to run it back.
The last series, as we said, it looked like the Houston Oilers stopped themselves. They were running the football very aggressively, making big yards, and then suddenly they put it up. What is their plus that time also became a minus.
Alonzo Highsmith is in the backfield as a lone setback. They got the 4 wide receivers in the game, the red gun offense. Cody Carlson's brilliant game last week, having troubles today. They're after him, and his pass is partially blocked. That was a real pressure. He went down. Robin Cole, picked up from the Steelers, who's sort of been an inspiration to this young Jet team. He's been giving them talk, showing them his Super Bowl ring. Hey, you can do it too. 0 for 6. Here's the 10-minute ticker. Let's see what's happening around. Miami's got ahead of Green Bay. Sold it up. Red Sox over the Yankees. Red Sox now 5.5 ahead of the Yankees. Rozier and Highsmith. Second down 10. Rozier. They got him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss at the 19. It is Scott Mersereau. Led the charge to him on the 19 now of the Oilers, and they're suddenly going nowhere, Al.
They're suddenly going nowhere, and that defensive front is as aggressive as they were last week, maybe more so as they were last week against the Cleveland Browns.
Rozier will be the setback now, and the 4 wide receivers spread out in the red gun, which hasn't been shooting many bullets.
Yep.
Cole and Gordon are in there as extra linebackers. Cody's rolling. Look out, look out! They missed him. Now he has to roll. And he goes out of bounds. He couldn't find anybody open. Great pressure again. Flag is down. Was it a hit after he went out of bounds?
Bobby Humphrey was the man, Kurt, again making that pressure. He was blitzing from his cornerback position. He did it twice last week and almost got Cody this week.
It's against the Jets.
Here it is from the end zone. You're going to see number 48, Bobby Humphrey, coming from the outside. Kyle Clifton's coming up the middle. Watch him right at the out-of-bounds marker here. Pretty close call. He faked as if he were going to pass.
An automatic first down on the hit out of bounds. That bails Houston out. They would have had a 4th down, long yardage, and would have had to give them the ball up. Now it's on their own 44-yard line. Looks like the 43. You always go to the next yard line, official statistics. Look at Carlson, 0 for 6. O'Brien, 7 out of 10.
Good man to watch is number 32, Highsmith. Excellent blocking.
Oilers ball. They're trailing 14-3. 2:18 to go in the first period. They're in the eye. And that is Mike Rozier. Led him in rushing last year. You know, it's a funny thing. The coach Granville was telling us. He said, I've now had 3 backs. Rozier, Pinkett, and now the rookie number 1 pick, Lorenzo White. All they did was carry the ball in college. He calls them bula backs.
He's not calling Pinkett bula
No, but
any longer.
he said we've had to work on them. Now they've learned to block. Now they've learned to come out and catch passes. Now they're becoming professional football backs. And they're all young. Great nucleus for him. Second down, 6. Oilers. There's a hit, a charge on Alan Pinkett by Troy Benson. Benson knifed through.
You know, it's interesting. These linebackers, both 54 and Kyle Clifton, number 59, are so important. But when you have a tight end that is not a threat as a receiver, you're able to do the kinds of things that these inside linebackers are doing. Big play by Troy Benson, number 54.
Highsmith will be the setback. The red gun offense, 4 wide receivers. Houston hasn't completed a pass yet. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Oilers. Hasty's in there. They got the nickel backs, 5 defensive backs. Carl Howard's the 5th back in defense. Carlson back, the pass. There's his first completion. And it looks like a first down in the Jet 49 to Ernest Gibbons, the University of Louisville, the 10-yard gain. They were double-teaming Drew Hill so much that they had to draft to get another wide receiver, so they drafted in the second round Gibbons 3 years ago. And those two, Gibbons and Hill, gained 1,922 yards in receptions last year.
Here's Drew Hill, Kurt, just to capitalize on what you're saying. Drew Hill is in motion, looking deep, had sort of an insignificant role. It really wasn't a very well-run play.
First down Oilers on the Jet 49 in the last 10 seconds of the first quarter. Jets ahead 14-3. Fake draw. Carlson wings it out and completes it to Jamie Williams. He'll be happy. That's his one catch a game he usually gets. Spider-Man caught that ball. Rich Biana was on him and pushed him out of bounds.
Give the credit to the people upstairs because they saw the way the linebackers were playing. We may not throw to Jamie Williams very often, but when you're going to play your linebackers like that, we're going to hit our tight end.
It's on the Jet 39. Went out of bounds with 1 second to go in the quarter. It's second down and a foot to go for the Oilers, who are on this drive now.
Great time for Ernest Gibbons deep.
This Carlson kid, he doesn't rattle. He had a big pressure drive to win the game against the Raiders last week. That is Rozier, and Rozier is hit for a loss. He doesn't get it. And that is the end of the first quarter here in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. We'll be back with the score of the New York Jets 14 to Houston. There are the stats, rushing about even. Look at the passing. The Jets way over the Oilers. Jets, huge margin, total yards. Time of possession about even. The story of the period, turnovers. All 17 points came from turnovers. First down is always important. You love to have 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. So right now, the Oilers are up with a first down on the Jets 39. Let's see what they do. They're going to throw on first down. It's a swing pass to Pinkett. Pinkett tries to escape and is down on the 37. That wasn't a good swing pass to him. He had to go high, and then that took away his acceleration.
Well, let's take a look at it. Now, Troy Benson's playing one whale of a football game. He had Pinkett all the way. Here he comes to the outside. We'll see number 54. It really wasn't that kind of an angle where he could take advantage of his speed, but Troy Benson's closing, makes a good tackle and a very, very strong runner in Alan Pinkett.
Well, he must have a strong arm.
Yeah.
Ken may put him down with one arm. There's your 10-minute ticker. This is the 10th play of the drive. The Oilers have a second down, 8 to go. And the Jet 37. Cactus Cody, and Pinkett can't handle it. Another high ball thrown to him. Rozier. Rozier going out. Pinkett's 20, Rozier's 30. Not a good pass on the swings or the flares out there.
Well, you're right. You know, Kurt, it's a disorganized passing attack at this point. Let's take another look at this. Look at the angle. They were trying to clear out to this side, trying to get Pinkett one-on-one on the linebacker. It was not a good pass.
That looks like it should be an easy pass, but it's difficult to put the right touch and lead the receiver perfectly so he's in full acceleration when he catches the ball.
I said to Pinkett, but that was Mike Rozier.
Third down and 8. Gibbons in motion. Fumble. They're trying to pick it up. Who's got it? Rozier. The running back had to dive for it and recover it. That'll destroy the drive for the Oilers. Alex Gordon and Robin Cole on top of him. Rozier is a little bit disgusted. He played in this stadium in college in the kickoff classic when Nebraska pummeled Penn State. One of the best college offenses I ever saw. Irving Fryer, and boy, what a team they had. JoJo Townsell, safety man, back at the 10. Greg Montgomery, who averaged 41.5 in 2 games of punting. He's a rookie. He averaged 45.4 in college at Michigan State. They'll try and pooch it up in the air around the goal line. Hope they can down it. A high kick. Calling for a fair catch. Downsell. He bobbled it around the crowd. Ooh. It's on the 13-yard line. A 26-yard punt. No return. We'll take a timeout. with the score. Jets 14, Oilers 3. Well, let's see. We're going to wait for the call. Got a foul on the receiving team. And really couldn't hear the official on the number of that. We'll try and have the truck get it for you. May have been on Hasty again. I think it's on Hasty. Said number 40 on the receiving team. Now we'll take the timeout with the score of the New York Jets 14 and the Houston Oilers 3.
Today's game is brought to you by Mazda and the exciting new Mazda cars and trucks for 1989. By Pennzoil, the motor oil that gives you world-class protection. And by Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
John Grimsley looking over to the sideline, the inside linebacker. This is Kurt Gowdy, L.D. Rogatis. We're in the second quarter. The Jets are ahead 14-3. They have the ball on their 7 with a first down. Now the officials come in. We have Vick at fullback for the Jets and Freeman McNeil running back. Somebody threw a tennis ball out in the field. We're trying to get that personal foul. We think it was on Hasty on that fair catch down there in the melee that happened. Al Toon is the wide receiver out to the left. It was on Hasty. That's the second foul on him. One for unsportsmanlike conduct, the other for a personal foul. Freeman McNeil off his right side, giving to the 11-yard line. 4-yard gain. It'll be second down and 6. Jets have been using a lot of double tight end. Griggs just went out.
And the Houston Oilers respond to it by taking out their one of their inside linebackers and taking out their defensive right end, Bird.
Bird went out. Al Smith went out. Griggs and Vick went out. Johnny Hector's in there now. And Wesley Walker's in there. O'Brien will throw. Got the time. He tried to drop it over the middle to Johnny Hector, but it was deflected by the big nose tackle, Doug Smith of Auburn. That's the second pass he's deflected. He is 6'6".
He's a big one, and they'll probably, the Jet line, by the way, did a fine job in maintaining that pocket. He tries to dump it off. Now, the way the Houston team is attacking, it looks like a pitch out could work. They're probably going to pass the football because it's third down about 4 or 5.
Kurt Sohn replaces Walker. The shotgun formation. Toon is spread wide to the left. They've only thrown to him once, and he's caught it. O'Brien wide open. That's a first down at the 20. That's Johnny Hector. And he's out of bounds, finally pushed out of bounds. There's another flag down. We're getting a lot of 15-yarders in this game. A 24-yard gain on the reception by Johnny Hustling Hector of Texas A&M.
Not too much different than the pitch out. They saw an opening to the outside. They saw the Houston team closing to the inside, and he just lays it out to Johnny Hector, and it looks like another hit out of bounds. The officials are going to be calling this very, very closely. Hit the man out of bounds. 15 yards, first down. Here's a situation, Kurt, where the inside linebackers get interesting. Now you might see somebody coming up pretty tight.
Domingo Bryant, Al's the man that is finally nailed with the personal foul.
Yeah, it's a close one. Now, that was a tough call. They were just being very aggressive.
Jets ball, they're 49, first down. They started under 7. They're ahead 14-3, 12:20 to go in the half. fakes it. Here's the bomb. There's Walker. And that's a touchdown. Wesley Walker beat the left cornerback. Richard Johnson. They took Dishman out. He couldn't cover Walker. Right down the middle, a post pattern, and he had him beaten easily. Walker can still fly.
That's it. We were talking about this last night, and Walker can fly. They fake the draw play. They freeze the linebacker. Wesley Walker just blazes down the field. Here's the fake. Fake the draw. Good protection. Goes deep. They may be putting Dishman back in.
Well, he beat Richard Johnson after he replaced the left cornerback Dishman. The starter should have been Steve Brown, but he's hurt. They're hurting at left corner, too. As the Jets go to work on their left cornerback. Lay's kick is up. Last Sunday, and now this Sunday, the Jets look like a Super Bowl contender.
Those amazing Jets.
Yeah, there's your score. The Jets 21, Houston 3, timeout. If you're in and out or just joining us, the Oilers scored first. They got a turnover and kicked a field goal, but the Jets have come back now 21 unanswered points, and they're striking with home run balls. That last drive was 93 yards and 4 plays in 58 seconds. They had another drive. It took them 11 seconds to get the second touchdown. Here's the kick by Lay. And it is taken by Kenny Johnson. Far side, getting out. He's at the 30, 35, 40. Still going, 45, 50. He's in the Jet territory, and they finally haul him down on the 38 of the Jets, and the man to do it was Mike Zordich of Penn State.
Very surprising. Special teams usually don't make this kind of a mistake. They close so drastically to the inside that number 22 was able, that's Kenny Johnson, was able to take it to the outside and almost breaks it all the way.
50-yard kick return by Kenny Johnson. That should give Houston a lift if they can capitalize on this. They've been running the ball fairly well at spurt, but then they've gone to the pass a lot, and the passing game has not been good so far. Rozier. And he breaks over the 35 and to the 32 of the Jets. Alex Gordon made the hit on him, the outside linebacker.
Cody Carlson saw a defense that he did not like. He checked off. He came with the running play to the left side. As Kurt said, the running game has been pretty effective. I kind of like the excitement of Houston, what I call Jerry ball, Glanville ball. But again, sometimes you defeat yourself when you put it up too often.
Well, he gained 6 at second down 4. Oilers on the Jet 32 and trailing 21-3. Carlson to Highsmith. Highsmith, a big bull-like back. He held out last year, didn't join the team till mid-season. And that's been happening a lot in recent years. #1 draft pick, holding out for more money, and they sort of waste their first year. Takes some time to catch up. Eric McMillan, the free safety, tackled him.
Let's see now if they do it again. Again, we've seen 2 effective running plays. Eric McMillan made the tackle, but I tell you, he was punished severely on that play. Now, will the Houston Oilers dominate the line of scrimmage at this point?
Oilers ball, first down on the Jet 25. Rozier, Pinkett going in motion. That leaves Highsmith. And Highsmith has the ball. He's wrestled down to the 24 of the Jets by Mark Gastineau, who's back up to 275. He tried to go light last year to get some quickness. He had knee surgery and some injuries. They say he's better this year than he's been in 2 or 3 years.
Here he is fighting off a block. He's being double teamed. Now, that's never easy for any defensive lineman. He was very significant. I'll tell you, to make that kind of a play, Mark Gastineau's legs are feeling pretty good right now.
Pinkett comes out. There's Gastineau. He's the lone back. We've got the red gun offense in there. The 4 wide receivers on second down and 9. Cody Carlson has all the time in the world. overtime when he couldn't find a receiver, and Gastineau gets his second sack of the year. He won't do the dance anymore. Last week against Cleveland, he recovered a fumble and ran down and taunted the Cleveland crowd. Al was there by holding the ball up and showing it to him. Boy, did they give it to him.
They sure did. Here's the perfect setup now for the screen.
Marty Lyons hurt, Al.
That would be a major loss for the New York Jets. Marty is probably their most effective against the run. But as we watch this, Kurt, the screen pass, we got third long yardage. If I know Bud Carson, he's going to tell his people, watch the screen. Take a look from the end zone. Now there's the blocking. Excellent blocking. The secondary's obviously doing a fine job. That, you know, run and shoot offense might be fine, but you need somebody to shoot at, Kurt.
They're attending Marty Lyons. Reminder to our viewers that we will be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. We're talking about the Oilers and their runners. Rozier came out of the USFL, joined the Oilers for big bucks. Highsmith, the #1 pick. Pinkett was the #3 pick. Pinkett was the all-time rushing leader in Notre Dame football history. And the third running back, Lorenzo White, he won't play much this year. He's a first-round draft choice from Michigan State. They deep and young running backs, but the problem with them is they have to learn how to block for somebody else and how to come out of the backfield and catch the ball and how to pass block. But they have the raw material to get it done. 3rd and 12. Oilers on the Jet 27. Gibbons in motion. Carlson on the give to Rozier. Rozier's trying to run for that first down, and that's close. Rozier lowered his shoulder. He has a bruised shoulder and a gimpy knee. Didn't look like it then, did he?
Nope. I tell you, that shoot and run offense does make great opportunities for the running back. And when you have that kind of speed and you can break it to the outside like Mike Rozier, it didn't look like his ankle was bothering them.
They're just short of the 15, and they're not going to measure. It's 4th down and a foot to go on the 15-yard line of the Jets.
Here comes that tough defense.
They're behind 21-3, and they don't want 3 points. They've got to get back in here with 7. 4 wide out. The option play. Good pitch out. They've got the first down and more. Rozier runs it to the 12-yard line, tackled by Scott Mercereau. So 4-yard gain.
Well, that was to Rozier last week. That's the same play that won the game against the Raiders when they did it with Pinkett. Here's the old college option play. Somebody's got to get the quarterback on that play. Puts his head down, and he knows where the first down is.
Well, the Oilers have a first down on the Jet 11. You just joined it. It's 21-3 Jets. 8:33 to go in the first half. Whistle.
Timeout. New York, #1.
A timeout charge to the Jets. So we're going to leave here for just a bit. 8:27 to go in the half. Jets 21, Houston 3. Warren Moon told us yesterday that maybe 2 more weeks, and he had a broken shoulder blade. He'll be back in. He's the real leader of this team, but been working with Cody Carlson. Carlson's having a rough day so far. 3 out of 10 last Saturday. Hit 21 out of 34 last Sunday against the Raiders. First down Oilers on the Jets 11. Carlson taking the handoff. Was hit by Scott Mercereau. He may have waited too long, and it may be a sack.
Kurt, I think it is a sack. And if it is a sack, give it to the secondary and Scott Mercereau, because Cody had nowhere to throw the football.
If they claim that he had control of him, he waited too late to get rid of the ball.
And he waited because it was covered so magnificently in that secondary. Again, as we watch Cody, Scott makes a good play. Again, the ineffectiveness or the lack of the use of a tight end makes this very difficult. 4 wide receivers again.
They lost 13 yards. Second down, 23 to go. The red gun offense, the draw play. There goes Pinkett at the 15 to 10. And they haul him down, and saving that one is Eric McMillan, or Alan Pinkett was in the end zone.
Bud Carson is taking some chances. He is gambling, and he's winning the gamble in the secondary. But when that play explodes, that draw play explodes, there is no one there on the Jets' defensive secondary or linebackers.
Third down and 8 for the Oilers on the Jet 9. Pinkett last week scored 3 touchdowns. He's the leading rusher for the Oilers this year, 141 yards. He was the first player to get 3 touchdowns for the Oilers with Earl Campbell back in the early 80s. Third down on the 8-yard line, 7 to go. Carlson's toss, and down in the end zone went the Oiler receiver, Ernest Givens, 81. An incomplete pass. It'll now be 4th down and 7 for the Oilers on the Jet 8. And the Jets held them. They've had 2 sacks in the game. They've had fierce pressure on Cody Carlson. They've been pouring in on him, and the young quarterback hasn't had much time.
2 great scoring opportunities when the Houston Oilers were deep, and both times they were denied by the Jets defense.
This will be a 26-yard attempt. Zendejas' kick is up. It's no good. It's faded to the right. No good. So he missed the 26-yarder. And the Jets take over without being scored on after the Oilers took the ball and drove down the field. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football Leagues, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Jets and the National Football League is prohibited. The game is the property of the National Football League, the Houston Oilers, and the New York Jets, all rights reserved. You know, the Oilers had that ball nearly 5 minutes. Now the Jets take over from their own 20-yard line. John Jones makes the tackle on fullback Roger Vick, and it's a gain of 5.
Here's where football has changed. The running attack, the distinctiveness that we remember in the past, where suddenly a man knows the design of the play, the offensive line knows the design, and they hit a specific hole. Now that man in that deep position reads the defense, reads the block, and wherever the opening develops is where he attacks.
Let's put it up on the 26. 2nd and 4. The Jets ball. They're ahead 21-3. 6:25 to go in the half. Straight ahead, they pile again to Roger Vick, the second-year man. He was the #1 draft pick out of Texas A&M last year, who says he feels much more comfortable now, used to the system, and it's an improvement you would expect from a player with experience who wants to learn and motivate himself.
Now, here's where the Jets very effectively have used Mickey Schuler. Last week, Mickey had 5 receptions. Short yardage situation. They could try to run it and hope to kick it out, but Prokop hasn't been doing that well. First down is big for them. Tight end could be very important.
Donnie Victor in. Replacing Vick. Victor is the lone setback. It's 3rd down. And a long 2 to go. The pitch out goes to Victor. Victor may have that first down as he wriggles over the 30-yard line and was pulled down by Al Smith, the right inside linebacker of Utah State. Johnny Hector. Johnny Hector, this is his 6th year. He's always effective against the New England Patriots. He gives them fits. Not in the opening game this year.
No.
But usually.
Let's take another look. Here it is, a little shuffle pass to the outside. Watches his blocker again. Good block. All he needs is the first down. That's all he tried to get. Good running by Hector.
All right, Tune and Walker are spread to the left. There goes Walker in motion. He's made a couple of big catches today. O'Brien to L2. Tune reverses 40. That's what he really does. He is dangerous. When he gets that ball in his hands, he'll run over you or run around you. Maybe the best in the league had eluding tacklers after he catches the ball.
Richard Johnson may have had a few fakes in his day, but he really gets faked out on this play. It's a quick one out here. Watch the move here. Watch number 23. There he goes. Oops. Went right by him. You kind of chuckle. It's a tough play, and Altoon is awfully good.
That's 2 catches for Toon. You know, in 36 games in his career with the Jets, he's caught at least 3 passes a game. That's really intercepted. By Robert Lyles, the outside linebacker. We have a flag down. Intended for Mickey Schuler. There's Bud Carson, the defensive coach.
He's constantly working with them, constantly reading defenses. He's probably telling the linebackers, okay, now when they come with those wideouts when you're back in the football game, look for something up the middle.
Automatic first down.
That'll be an automatic first down.
You know, 2 weeks ago, Kurt, the most maligned offensive line in the NFL was the Jets line. Suddenly, it's gotten very quiet. Suddenly, no one's talking about that offensive line because the offensive line is doing another fine job.
Well, they gave them all the game ball for the victory over Cleveland last Sunday, the offensive line. Jets on the 48-yard line of Houston. Jets are ahead. 21-3, 4:04 to go in the half. Walker back and forth. O'Brien on the handoff to Johnny Hector. Not much for Hector, maybe a loss. The penetration was by John Grimsley, the inside linebacker. He lost 2.
It was a play that went very well. That play that you just saw went very well last week against Cleveland. We had the pleasure of being out there doing that particular game.
They're at the half now. The Redskins over the Eagles. Minnesota over the Bears. Halftime, Phoenix. Red Sox look like they're going to win 3 out of 4 up there and bury the Yankees. Try and get your playoff tickets. In the nightclub in Boston. Walker in motion. O'Brien, 2nd and 12. And that one was nearly picked off. It was to Mickey Schuler. Al Smith, the linebacker, covering the tight end. 3rd and 12. The Jets on the 50.
And the dime defense goes in now for the Houston Oilers. Let's just take a look at the pass. Actually had him beaten deep again, but the pressure was too much. Kenny did not have the time to go deep.
We have 3 wide receivers for the Jets. Altoon, Wesley Walker, Kurt Sohn. Sohn will be 87. He's caught a touchdown pass today, so is Walker. McNeil's run for 1. They're spread out all over the field. They look like the Oilers in the shotgun. O'Brien. There's Altoon. Look at him go. Woo! First down. Toon at the 24. Oh, I love to watch this guy play.
He sure is something to watch. They saw zone defense. I'm sure Kenny O'Brien red zone. Altoon red zone. They cleared, found a crease out there. Made a great play, and as Kurt said, some beautiful move. We were about to find him. There he is. Good move.
That's his 3rd reception for 66 yards. He was the #1 receiver last year.
Now, Kurt, do they run or do they play action and go again up top?
I told you about that. At least 3 passes every game he's played. He's caught his 3 today. Play action.
Up top.
No good. They finally jarred it loose. The Oilers think it may have been a completion and a fumble. There's a flag down. Clarified, too. In every game he's started, he's caught 3 passes. He had 4 receptions last week, 3 this week. Donaldson came in and put a real hit there.
Let's take a look at this again. Fakes it to the outside, takes that courageous look to the inside, and now gets a vicious hit.
That's Donaldson.
Jeff Donaldson.
31. Toon is down. Well, the Jets are worried about him. He's their threat, Ian Walker.
Well, he was dinged there. It wasn't his legs that were hurt. Probably got dinged.
99 defense is the call.
Doug Smith has been called for a penalty. Let's see it again, Al, and watch this hit on Al Toon as he comes across no man's land.
Probably the most dangerous play in football. Al Toon had faked to the outside, set this up. They doubled him. Donaldson came and popped him with that right shoulder. Never to figure, Kurt, 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go, 21-3. The Oilers were heavily favored here, and once again, the Jets showing exciting offense and very, very interesting defense.
That's Walker. Kneeling over Toon, anxious about his teammate. Toon, an All-American, University of Wisconsin. That was not a wasted #1 pick when they nabbed him. There's Kenny O'Brien, and Toon sitting up now.
The play stands
O'Brien
as called.
says, buddy, don't leave me. You make me look good at quarterback. Now they're going to help him off, Al Toon. And he'll get a standing ovation here. They love him here at the Meadowlands.
Not only that, Kurt, Wesley Walker's having a fine day, and a lot of it could be attributed to the way they cover Al Toon.
Look at the hand for him. Standing ovation for Al Toon as he goes out.
That penalty, by the way, was holding against Doug Smith, number 99.
That's an automatic first down. The Jets have the ball on the Houston 19 as we're approaching the 2-minute warning. The Jets are leading 21-3.
The Jets now have a double tight end offense. Griggs is in the football game along with Nicky Schuler. Wide receiver to this side, if they come with the same play, was Wesley Walker.
Hounsell has gone in to replace Toon. McNeil will be the running back. First down, Jets on the Houston 19. Griggs, the tight end, in motion. McNeil. They jam him up at the 17 or 18-yard line. The defensive play by Al Smith, 54, the inside linebacker. They're attending Toon on the sideline. And the 2-minute warning has been given here at the Meadowlands. So the score is the New York Jets 21 and the Houston Oilers 3. Kurt Gowdy and Aldi Rogatis. We have 2 minutes to go in the first half. The Jets, not surprising they're in the lead, but surprising how far they're in the lead. 21-3 over Houston. They have the ball on the Houston 18-yard line with 2nd down and 9. Bryan on the straight drop back. That's complete to Jojo Townsell, and who had just replaced Al Toon. We're waiting for a report on Toon, by the way. That's a 5-yard gain. The tackle made by Patrick Allen, the right cornerback, and Jeff Donaldson, the free safety.
You know, as you look at this defense, one thing they're telling me, and they're probably right, that is that Kenny O'Brien will not run the bootleg or will not run the football. It is wide open to the top of your screen. If Kenny O'Brien wanted to bootleg it to that side, he's going to get lots of yardage, but you risk your quarterback.
1:24 to go, 3rd and 3 for the Jets. On the 13-yard line for the Oilers, Townsell in motion. Here's a power sweep. Out of bounds. He might have it as Johnny Hector. Flag is down. Flag is down at the 15-yard line. And Ken O'Brien is signaling to the Jet bench. It's against Houston. Defensive holding, an automatic first down against the Oilers.
The entire flow of the Houston defense is to this side. Let's take a look at it coming right at you. Being led by Cadigan, number 66, driving right through his man, driving him back, and Hector just following the interference.
Half the distance, first down.
He ran out of bounds on the 9. Penalties on Ray Childress, the left end, number 79. Ran out of bounds on the 9, and they're going to mark the penalty off to the 4. First and goal to go. Jets on the Houston 4-yard line. 1:07 remaining in the half.
A huge series for the Houston Oilers defense.
defensive man, Patrick Allen. Boy, they've damaged these Houston cornerbacks today. Walker has his second touchdown of the game.
What a turnaround. What a turnaround for these Jets from the game against New England. ISO here on 85. Beautifully laid out there. Beats his man. And Kenny O'Brien just lays it in it. You just don't do it much better.
Walker now has caught 4 balls for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. And they say he's lost a couple of steps. Play for the kick. Ryan sets it, and the kick is up. Kick is good. The Jets 28, the Houston Oilers 3. And the Oilers scored first in this game. There's Walker being congratulated. Johnny Hector came over. O'Brien having a brilliant day at quarterback.
Now, Kurt, the question really is Jerry Glanville going to get conservative right now, or is Jerry Glanville going to come out with his 4 wide receivers? Now, he's got 1 minute and 4. Do you go in losing 28-3? Remember, when you start forcing it, the possibility of interception goes up very dramatically.
Halftime. Len, Paul, and Frank back at the NBC Control Center here in New York. I don't mean Seoul.
I think they're going to have an interview with Pete Rozelle.
I think O'Brien's been the star of the half.
Absolutely.
13 out of 18. 226 yards at one half. That sounds like old Joe Namath's numbers at the end of a half when Joe was in his prime, and O'Brien's tossed for 3 touchdowns. That's hanging up numbers, Al.
It sure is.
28-3 Jets, 1 minute 4 to go as the kickoff. Taken on the 5-yard line. Bringing it out is Kenny Johnson. Just short of the 25. Joe Namath. He's now working as a commentator, as most of you know, for NBC.
Well,
Gave
Kurt,
us a lot of thrills.
they're going with the 4 wide receivers, so Glanville is not changing it. It's first down. It's 59 seconds. Does he put it up again? And if he does, possibility of that interception.
10-minute ticker. We're in a lot of halftime scores. Len will have the details for you. Houston's ball on the 24. And they're going to have to shake something up. Carlson out of the shotgun. Oh, look out, boy. That was nearly picked off there by the rookie, John Bodie. It was a bad pass. If he'd have picked that off, it was a walk-a-thon right down the sideline. Or a good pass.
If it were a good pass, Kurt, it was a touchdown. He led Bodie very well.
Listen, they got Terry Williams as a rookie, the cornerback. Bootie's a rookie as a reserve free safety. Hasty's a rookie. And Eric McMillan's a rookie. They got 4 rookies they drafted.
Well, that was a broken play. That receiver should have been taking it to the outside.
Second down 10 for the Oilers from the shotgun once more. That's a completed pass up to the 40-yard line. And that goes to Drew Hill.
Now the Jets are going to give
yards.
again, Kurt, that famous prevent defense. Prevent defense that seems to gain. They're giving them something up the middle, but again, somebody's going to try to step in there and pick it off. The interception, if they do, they just blew the game apart.
Drew Hill, who's caught 8 passes so far in the first 2 games, had just caught his first pass of this game. Georgia Tech used to be where the Rams came over. And we told you earlier, he and his partner, Ernest Givens, caught 1,922 yards of passes last year. About as tough as any pair of receivers on one team. The Oilers have 2 timeouts left, trailing 28-3 with 43 seconds to go. Our Olympic coverage from Seoul continues NFL football when it's over. We'll bring you up today to the boxing action, which has already seen some upsets. Plus the weightlifters, Mighty Mites, who was down in the flyweight class, lifting almost 3 times their body weight overhead. That's coming up next. The games of the Olympiad only on NBC. And the boys are off to a flying start over their production line. First down on the 40 of the Oilers. And there's a sack. Mark Gastineau gets his second sack.
Let's take a look at Mark Gastineau again, playing very aggressively.
Third Jet sack of the game. They got a second down and 20. Carlson gets rid of that. That's incomplete. So Duncan, Bobby Humphrey broke that one up with 23 seconds to go.
What surprises me, Kurt, is we're looking at a 3-man rush, and they're getting to Cody Carlson. The offensive line of the Houston Oilers is not taking it to the Jets. They're not going to win unless they start winning that battle at the line of scrimmage.
You know, a human interest story in this game. Last year in the strike, Gastineau was really getting it from his teammates for crossing the picket line. Nobody would speak to him. Now he makes a sack, and they're all over, thumping him on the back. Takes care of a lot of things, I guess. Rozier coming off as the up back. Brought down on the 37-yard line, 38-yard line with 14 seconds. And another timeout by the Oilers. But remember that, Al, the way he crossed the picket line, there was real hatred there. And today, you see him hug him on the sidelines and everything. Let's get that again. We can't hear that report. Al Toon. Mr. Glanville, the man in the black suit's not very happy right now, the Houston coach. Al Toon has a concussion and a split lip. And with this big Jet lead right now, depending on what happens early in the second half, I don't think they'll take any chances on Al Toon, especially with a concussion. There's Gastineau.
Yeah, the change is so dramatic in football today. I kind of kiddingly sometimes call it football, the combination of football and basketball.
Formation now. JoJo Townsell is back. That's the rookie punter, Greg Montgomery. On 4th down and 12. Looks like the Jets are going after it. Bring the Oilers in. Put some more blocking power in there. It's a wobbly kick away. Townsell, I love the way he's like a center fielder charging a little Texas leaguer. He doesn't mess around in those punts. He goes right after him. 34-yard punt, a 7-yard return. JoJo Townsell. The Jets led the NFL last year with the best average punt return. 11.5 yards a return. Their special teams, although they didn't have a great season, were good last year.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Jerry Glanville does at halftime with his team. This is a much different team than the one that showed up last week against the LA Raiders.
6 seconds to go in the half. A 28-3 lead for the Jets. They got that safety man back there in case something happens. That's the last play. There goes Joe Walton. Everybody's trying to get his job this summer. Into the preseason. Now suddenly, after a game and a half, he's a genius here.
Offensively, Joe Walton has always shown that kind of a genius ability. Bud Carson, the same on defense.
The NFL live halftime activities will continue in a moment. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. What a surprise. It's not a surprise when anyone has a lead against somebody else in the National Football League, but the score of that magnitude, 28-3 for the Jets over Houston. And what's Houston got to do to figure this thing out?
Well, you know, what surprises me is that the Houston Oilers are being beaten at their own game. The Jets have come with their 4 wide receivers, and they're beating them badly. Toon's doing well. Walker's doing well. Kurt Sohn has scored a touchdown. the thing that I think they're going to have to do really is they've got to develop the run. It's fun to put the football up, Kurt, but if you don't run the football in the NFL, it's going to be awfully tough to win.
Well, the man of the first half is the New York Jet quarterback, Ken O'Brien. He's throwing for 3 touchdowns. Look at him here. He's coming back on the field. Watch him now. He throws this 50-yard bomb to Wesley Walker. He's hit there by Sean Jones. That doesn't matter to him. He's completed the pass. He's having a hot day, and watch his reaction. So that's the story right there of that man, number 7, Ken O'Brien. And we're going to leave here, but we'll be back for the second half right after this message. The odd statistics, the Oilers lead the Jets in rushing, yet are trailing by 25 points. But look at the passing yards for the Oilers. 12 yards in one half of the pros.
Well, you know, Kurt, when you look at that, keep in mind that Bud Carson is telling Houston, you're going to have to run the football because we're not going to let your 4 wideouts beat us. The reverse, as we mentioned a moment ago, is that the Jets are beating them with the wideouts. Bud Carson, there we see him. Last week, against a team that ran the football, he shut them down with 27 yards. This week, a team that throws the football, he's shutting them down pretty dramatically.
Cody Carlson with the Oilers last year didn't play it down. In fact, I think only dressed for 2 or 3 games. There's Warren Moon, who had his best year for the Oilers. We did the Rose Bowl game when he was the most valuable player of the Rose Bowl game when they beat Michigan. Then he went to the Canadian League, was a star then, came back and offered himself up as a free agent. Many teams bid on him, and the Oilers got him for a big price. And he's been a real leader in that Houston football squad.
One of the really intelligent people, too. Kurt and I were talking to Warren yesterday. He has such a feel for the game of football. I know Cody Carlson had a great day last week against the Raiders, but Warren Moon means so much to Houston.
Well, the kickoff is coming up. The Jets are going to kick it off. Pat Lane. This kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. Leading rusher in this game is Rozier with 41 yards. There's your receivers spread out again. We have Leonard Harris in the middle. They change around. Now they put Pinkett there. Leonard Harris. And Reynolds. And the kick. Coming to Leonard Harris on the 4. Out to the 15. To the 20. He goes down along his 27-yard line. Marion Barber brought him down. Number 31 from the University of Minnesota. First down, Houston. Let's see what their strategy will be. Will they just be patient and take what's given to them?
Well, they got the 4 wideouts in there. Now, you know, they're going to do it, I guess, until they get it right. And they've gotten it right a great deal in the past, so Jerry's not going to give up on this quickly.
Sacked 3 times. Gastineau's had 2 of the sacks. Looks like Gastineau might be offside as he was drawn off. That pass is complete to the 34 to Drew Hill. Let's see what the call is from the officials. Drew Hill, number 85. And Hill, in the first half, caught only 1 pass. That's not a Drew Hill game.
They kind of like this shoot-and-run offense from the shotgun formation, which Cody was in just then.
Cody Carlson in there talking. Looked like Gastineau to me. Taking a long time on this decision.
Offside, 99 defense, first down.
It was Gastineau, number 99. Ball's on the 31-yard line now.
Hard to run the football from this formation. Now, the thing that might work because of the way Cody is if they're in a shotgun is a direct snap to the running back.
First down 5 for the Oilers from their 31-yard line. Hill in motion. Got 3 wideouts on the right side. Carlson lobs it to Rozier. Rozier, 35, bowls his way to the 39-yard line of the Oilers. 7-yard gain brought down by Rich Miano, the strong safety of the Jets.
Well, have to see if Joe Walton and Bud Carson have made any change now in how they play their linebackers. Kyle Clifton, we haven't heard too much from. He's flowing very well. Benson was doing an excellent job in that first half, but they could be significant. They can be significant in stopping any kind of a running attack.
We have a four-man front right now. Gastineau, Mercereau, Baldwin, and Nichols for the Jets. Cody Carlson down the middle. It goes to Gibbons. Gibbons stays in bound, but a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage. Gibbons is run out on the Jet 41. Maybe call back. Bobby Humphries drove Ernest Gibbons out of bounds. If the play goes, it would be a 20-yard gain. If it doesn't, it's wiped out. It appears to be holding against Houston.
Holding 77 offense. First down.
That's on Bruce Davis, the left tackle.
Here's a look at it from the end zone. You see Bruce Davis to the left of your screen. He's out of the picture right now. Forces the man to the inside. Yeah, he's got a pretty good grip on him.
Well, the Oilers are back to their 29-yard line with a 1st and 20.
You got to dunk. You got to dunk.
Three-man front now.
You can't hang dunk.
Mixing it up. Pinkett is in. Gibbons in motion. Pinkett for setback. Pinkett has the ball. Finds the hole. 40. He's gained about 8 pounds of weightlifting. He came in as a small back for the pros at 185 out of Notre Dame. He's up to 192 now, and he's got a 16-yard gain.
And there's the play where the linebacker has to make the play. The effectiveness of both Rozier and Pinkett has been on that kind of a play. Jets thinking pass, the rush is going to the outside. Houston hits him quick to the inside. Linebackers got to make the play.
2nd down, 4. The Oilers on their 44-yard line. The Jets are ahead 28-3. 12:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. The sun is trying to break through here in the Meadowlands. And the whistle is blown. I believe it's an illegal motion to shift. The ball's out of bounds. Houston still has it. But there was a whistle down on the field. Did you hear that, Al?
Yeah, I did.
But now they continue it on. They're using the moving the yardsticks down. I don't know whether it was an inadvertent whistle or what happened. But it's going to go. The play's going to go to the 42 of the Jets.
Let's take a look at this now. The linebacker, again, on this quick snap, the direct snap to the fullback, 30. Now, Robin Kohler was on that side, had to make the play. It's a good play. It looks like they're going to go to the quarterback, but they snap directly to the running back.
Rozier fumbled it. When it went out of bounds, the offensive team gets possession. Cody Carlson is throwing the bomb, and it is defended by Bobby Humphrey against Ernest Gibbons. Bobby Humphrey, the last 2 games, has been some cornerback for the Jets.
Boy, hasn't he, Kurt? That was perfect. Bobby, you can't ask for better coverage than that. Now remember, incidental bumping when you're going for a pass between the defender and the receiver, incidental bumping is not interference.
Well, Houston's running game was going, especially with Rozier, and they go right back to the pass again. Carlson now is 5 out of 16 for 45 yards, 2 interceptions in this game. 2nd down, 10. Oilers ball on the Jet 42. Jets ahead 28-3. Carlson hands it off. That is Alan Pinkett. Pinkett stopped at the 37-yard line by Gastineau and Mercereau in the middle of the Jet line. Gastineau 99, Mercereau's 94. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
And now that Jet defense is looking for the run. They're looking for that delay, for that draw. They've got the Jets guessing a bit. Now, Houston has gone deep several times. They could hit the quick slant. And again, I remind you that the interception over that middle is tough.
3rd and 5 for the Oilers. Gibbons in motion. Rolling out is Carlson. He's in deep trouble. He goes down at the 42. Carl Howard was over there. And Rozier sort of threw his arms down and discussed it to say Rozier was trailing him. I wonder if that's a busted play.
I'm not sure if it was busted or whether Carlson thought he might have been able to keep it himself. I wasn't quite sure. It looked busted. Now, Rozier went the wrong way, or one of them did. A few white folks coming. The white jerseys are closing in very rapidly.
Joe Townsell was there on top of him. Punt formation, Greg Montgomery. He averaged 30 yards a punt in the first half. This one is headed toward the end zone, and it is bouncing in for the touchback. And the Jets will put the ball in play on their 20-yard line. Well, the Oilers looked like they had some kind of a drive going, then it stalled on them. Happened to them all day. 11:18 to go in the third quarter. Timeout. Jets 28, Oilers 3.
Today's game is brought to you by Coors Light. There's no slowing down with a silver bullet. It's the right beer now. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
The 10-minute ticker, Kansas City and Denver tied. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Cincinnati undefeated. And New England 14, Buffalo 6. Buffalo hasn't scored a touchdown this year yet. Other scores, the Redskins have extended their lead. Look at the Vikings over the Bears. Lions ahead of the Saints, third period. And Phoenix maybe on their way to their first win of the year. We had an unnecessary roughness penalty against Eric McMillan on that punt return, and the Jets are pushed back to their 10-yard line. They have a first down and 10 from there. They're ahead 28-3. Walker in motion. Passes out to McNeil. McNeil runs it out just short of his 15-yard line. Right now, let's go Studio 6A and Len Berman for an update in the NFL.
All right, Kurt, you were just mentioning the 10-minute ticker. The Pittsburgh took the lead on Cincinnati. Here's how they did it. Bubby Brister, 9 yards to Lewis Lips. So Pittsburgh with its first touchdown of the day. The safety is looming large now. Steelers leading at 9-7. All right, Kurt, now.
Lenny and Louis Lips is going to be a candidate for a comeback player this year. He's been hurt the last 2 years. And he's off to an excellent start this year. In the whirlpool the last few seasons after 2 great first 2 years with the Steelers. McNeil trying to sweep. And he's hammered down just short of the 20-yard line. Brought down by John Grimsley, the inside linebacker, and the free safety, Jeff Donaldson, who put that hit on Al Toon and gave him a concussion.
Again, Dave Cadigan is learning in a hurry. He was the man pulling, leading that play, and he led it very effectively.
So the Jets now on their 19-yard line have a 3rd and 1. They're ahead 28-3. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. What the Oilers have to do is every time the Jets get the ball now, stop them and get that ball back again just as quickly as they can. Johnny Hector. Hector does not get the first down. I don't know, the wide plays on short yardage sometimes, I bet the percentages are against it. Down the goal line or a 3rd and 1. The wide plays give them more time to lose yardage.
Yeah, it was a good call. It looked like the interference was developing. They were unable to make it. But you're right. It takes slow. It's a slower play developing.
Kenny Johnson, the safety man. Joe Prokop will punt for the Jets in a quiet third quarter after a ferocious first half.
And since Prokop's first punt of 60 yards, he has not really hit a good one since. That's not today. It was his first punt of the year.
This is a 4th and 11 play for the Jets. The Oilers have 10 men on the line of scrimmage. And they're going after him. They don't get to him. Wobbles the spiral. And no flag is down. It's a loose ball, and this rolls out of bounds. Johnson said, what happened? There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Punt was 34 yards, no return. As Johnson was racing for it, he was suddenly cut down. And we had a pileup. A new Viola. Strange punting play.
And again, a short punt, giving Houston good field position.
The Oilers have the ball on their own 47-yard line with a first down, and they're 25 points down in this game.
Number 30 on the kicking team.
They scored first field goal. The Jets have 28 unanswered points.
You know, when you go to this shoot and run that we've been talking about all afternoon, it's so difficult to go back to a traditional type running attack. They're not going to, but the running game is so important for the Houston Oilers.
Cody Carlson talked to the official. I think the penalty is on Fa'aula, and he may be ejected from the game.
Personal foul. 30 on the kicking team. After the play was dead, 15 yards, first down. Disqualification.
15-yard penalty, unnecessary roughness, timeout on the officials, and Fa'aula has been ejected from the game. So we're going to take a timeout at the Meadowlands with the score of the Jets 28 and the Oilers 3.
There you see Fa'aula in front of the punter very innocently, but it isn't innocent the rest of the way. There was one shot that you didn't see, but the man that retaliates is the man that always gets caught.
Houston on the Jet 38 after the 15-yard penalty. Carlson pass incomplete to the far sideline. Carl Howard over there covering. The Jets now are playing almost all the way with 6 defensive backs, and they were double-teaming Drew Hill.
And they're dropping the linebackers very deep. In that particular play, Robin Cole is dropping deep. There is a one-on-one. You got to like James Hasty and Bob Humphrey at this end, bumping and running and doing it effectively.
Well, Houston claims they're the best bump and run team in the league. I don't know after today. Of course, the Raiders were famous in the 60s and 70s for one of the few teams playing a man-to-man bump and run defense, which means you just bump the guy all over and you play man-to-man like in basketball. Alonzo Highsmith tackled at the 32-yard line by Mark Gastineau.
Yeah, good play, Kurt, by Mark Gastineau. He beat Steinkuhler. The thing that I haven't seen Mark do in a long time is beat the man on his first move. If you're going to get in there, you've got to beat him on the first move. And he gave him a little inside head fake, took it around, and his speed did the rest.
He's a story today. He's made some tackles. He's had 2 sacks. I think this is probably his first multiple sack game in maybe 3 years.
Do they go deep? Do they draw? Do they screen?
3rd and 8. The Oilers trailing by 25 out of the shotgun. They go to Duncan. He doesn't have the first down at the 31. Rich Miano hit him immediately. Right now, let's go to Len for another NFL update. Lenny?
All right, Kurt, in Kansas City, Steve DeBerg against his old team, the Denver Broncos. He has a 3rd and goal in the tie game at the 14, rifles it to Paul Palmer for the touchdown. Kansas City takes the 17-10 lead over Denver. Back to you, Kurt, now.
Thank you, Len. The Oilers are on the 31-yard line. They're going to try a long field goal of 49 yards. This guy can kick them. He hits the long one. Zendejas boots it up, and it is no good. That's 2 he's missed in the game. The 49-yarder is no good. He's disgusted. I don't know why. It was a tough chance. So there's a timeout with a score of the Jets 28 and the Oilers 3. A man written off last year and early this year, Mark Gastineau, who's enjoyed a big game for the Jets, looked good last week against Cleveland. Coming back. Gets ball under 31 for the first down. Roger Vick, the fullback, carries it. And he is stopped on his 34-yard line. And now another. This is about the 4th or 5th flare-up we've had in the game. That is the guard, Ted Banker. He made a big difference last week to say at left guard. He said, hey, listen, you.
Personal foul. Well, 96 defense.
To tell you the truth, Kurt, this is not the type of football, really, that you enjoy. It's not a hockey game. We're playing football, and to see this kind of altercation so frequently is very disturbing.
15 yards. Automatic
That's a personal foul on the Oilers for 15. And the Jets will have a first down. Let's see what the Jets have been doing on first downs. 8 passes, 12 runs. They've made 3 out of 8 on their passes 5 yards or more. Only 2 out of 12 on their runs 5 yards or more. Not dominant on first down.
It remains the most important down in football.
Roger Vick carries the ball to the 47-yard line of the Oilers where Doug Smith brought him down.
Kind of like the strategy that's being used. More so, unfortunately for Houston.
Another flag down. Yeah, this is getting real sloppy now. Better get a couple of boxing referees out here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Another personal foul on Houston. Second in a row.
All right, now they've got Houston playing an angry kind of a game. And when you get angry in football, you get beat. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage. They saw the run. Don't be surprised if Kenny O'Brien comes play action and bombs one deep, but it wouldn't surprise me if it went all the way.
They have been the most penalized team in the NFL coming into this game, and it's going to add to their statistics. I think they've had 9 penalties today. Probably around 80 or 90 yards in penalties. The Jets have received 8 of 22 first downs today by penalty. And the Jets marching down the field on the yellow flag now have the ball on the Houston 31-yard line for the first down.
We haven't heard much from Keith Bostic, who's really a Pro Bowler for the Houston Oilers, number 25. It's a first down, about the 32-yard line. Keith Bostic could be in for something coming his way.
You want to take another look at those penalties, guys, when you can. McNeil going out of motion. Kenny O'Brien in the pocket being chased and sacked for the first sack by the Oilers, recorded by Sean Jones. Sean Jones, 96. And there's another scramble around. That's Reggie McElroy, who's unhappy, number 68. Coming over here is 54, Al Smith. McElroy's mad. And the Oilers now trying to get themselves straightened out here. Let's go to Len Berman here for a quick update in the NFL while the officials straighten this out.
Well, timeout from Olympic boxing to go to Foxborough. Jim Kelly with his first touchdown pass of the year. We're in the 3rd week. 3 yards, Rob Riddick. But New England leads it 14-3. 9 minutes to go in that one. All right, Kurt, back to your wild game.
Speaking of Olympic boxing, we've got it here. Cover this. 28-3 Jets. This time it was against the Jets. Moves the ball back to the 41-yard line of Houston. And it is second down and 20 to go. For the Jets, they're leading 28-3. They're over talking to Glanville, the head coach of the Oilers. And I think he's saying, listen, let's get this cooled down. And Glanville said, well, what about the other guys, too? Because both teams have been penalized.
Well, actually, the Jets, early on, you remember James Hasty, very aggressive and sort of fired up the Jets team. But we knew going in, the Jets were not going to back down. Now, Houston has been accustomed to doing this. It's kind of unfortunate. It ruins the game of football.
Here's the 10-minute ticker. Kansas City out in front of Denver. Cincinnati has just overtaken Pittsburgh. 14-13 now in the 4th. New England leading Buffalo. Your other scores, the Redskins. Look at Minnesota pummeling the Chicago Bears. That was supposed to be a tight one. The Saints have moved back out in front of the Lions. Tampa Bay putting on a bit of a rally against the Phoenix Cardinals. The Red Sox ahead of the Yankees 7-3. And the Tigers in Baltimore no score in the second. Red Sox coming in today 5 games ahead of the Tigers, 5.5 ahead of the Yankees. like two great playoffs coming up to me. Dodgers and the Mets, and Oakland and the Red Sox. There's a deep pass. He's out there, but it's way over his head, Walker. Wesley Walker in the first half caught 102 yards of passing. The longest was 50 yards.
One of the few that Kenny O'Brien has overshot. Wesley Walker had a step or two on the man and looked like a TD.
The hallmark for a receiver. That isn't a great game, but anytime you get 100 yards and receptions in a game, you've had a very, very decent game. And in one half alone, Walker had 102 yards. Ryan's figures 13 out of 19. Mickey Schuler back in. And Grigg, the double tight end set up. Third down. 20 to go. Pouncell in motion. Handoff is to Johnny Hector. Hector fighting his way through and scrambles over the 30 and gets down to the 29 of Houston.
And he may have gotten him into field goal range, Kurt.
I'll tell you, he fights for those yards, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Pat Lay is coming on. Fourth down, the Jets on the Oiler 29. You brought up something interesting. The Browns didn't score a touchdown against this club, and the Oilers haven't scored a touchdown.
Phenomenal.
A club that wasn't supposed to be able to stop anybody. It's stopped everybody down the last couple of weeks. Lay will try a 47-yard field goal attempt. Kicked 4 out of 5 this year. This one's up, riding, and it is good. He's got it. 47 yards by Pat Lay. Well, the Jets have the lead more. The score now, the Jets 31 and the Houston Oilers. Jets 31, Oilers 3.
Kurt, in all the games that we've done together, I can never remember a team coming back from 31 to 3. Do you think it could happen here today? Highly questionable.
Successive weeks, the Jets have been rough on the Central Division. Browns and now the Oilers today. There's a good clean hit going down the field, and that is by Mike Zordich of Penn State, the second-year player. They have been excellent in everything today. Special teams, running, passing, defending. Al Toon now, they say, has a mild contusion, as Wesley Walker may have a cramp in his leg. That was a great statement they used to make about Mickey Mantle. He runs faster wounded than all the other healthy players in the major leagues. This fellow should be wounded and run almost as fast as anybody. Walker. They had an extra man, Rozier, in there. They changed running backs. Ball's on the 18-yard line of the Oilers. First down. The pass is deep, and it is caught by Gibbons. An excellent catch by Ernest Gibbons, wrapped around two men, and James Hasty, the rookie cornerback, was one of them.
And once again, the flow of the defense was going to the strong side. To this side, Duncan took his man deep. Again, the tight end becomes a factor, but when you're not throwing to your tight end, it's almost impossible. So the possibility, the only possibility I see, is throwing to the back, circling out of the backfield.
It's on the Houston 33-yard line after that 15-yard pass. Oilers ball, first down, trailing 31-3. Going to the shotgun. They have 4 wide receivers in the game. They'll do anything now. Try and get back in here. That's nearly intercepted. There's a smart play by Gibbons, 48. Bobby Humphrey broke it up. The play was already over, but Gibbons was going to be sure he didn't have a chance to catch a ball, maybe after a deflection.
Bobby Humphrey has had 2 great weeks in a row. He's all over Ernest Gibbons, and Ernest did everything he could just to stop the interception.
Second down, 10. Two wide receivers on each side. In the red gun offense, they snap the ball to the short man, Mike Rozier. Rozier piles his way up to the Houston 44, may have a first down, an 11-yard carry, the tackle by Carl Howard in the secondary. Rozier's piled up some pretty good yards running, even though his team's not been much of a factor.
Let's take a look at it from the end zone. Now, you might ask why. Well, that's what the Jets are giving them. It's the vulnerable area. Figuring at this point, 31-3, they're not going to lose with the short runs.
Rozier has 12 carries for 66 yards. 5.5 yards a carry. Lone setback. 3 wideouts on one side. Carlson throwing deep. There's Gibbons at the 30, 25. Gibbons is stopped at the 24, but Houston has a first down. James Hasty, the rookie cornerback, made the stop on him. Gibbons has been the best receiver today. That's a 33-yard catch for him, for Ernest Gibbons.
There is the red gun offense. You've stretched it vertically. You've gotten the secondary deep, and Gibbons was able to hit it. Though it was deep, he still hit it kind of short. Let's take a look at it from the end zone again. Good blocking up front. Gibbons is free, beats his man.
Well, the Oilers, Pinkett, the lone setback. First down on the Jets' 24.
Pinkett's a good receiver also.
Carlson had a quick rollout. It goes to Drew Hill, and he's spun out of bounds on the 14 of the Jets by Carl Howard, the cornerback. 9-yard play. 10-minute ticker again. Things about the same. It's a tight one there in New England. Miami maybe will win its first. Hey, look at Tampa Bay has gone by. The Phoenix Cardinals have taken the lead in the fourth period. Cardinals have lost 2 heartbreakers in a row. First down, Houston on the Jet, 14-yard line. The score, 31-3 Jets. 2:27 in the third quarter. Fumble. Jets have it. Bobby Humphrey coming up with it. Tom Baldwin raked the ball loose from Alan Pinkett. And that's the 4th turnover against the Oilers.
Let's take a look at Humphrey, number 48, who's, again, having an outstanding game. The ball will be raked, as Kurt says, and ball hawking it, 48, Bobby Humphrey.
Well, the Oilers stalled again en route to, hopefully, a touchdown. Well, they've got 3 official turnovers there. I know they had 2 interceptions. I thought they had 2 fumbles. First down, Jets. On the Jet 9-yard line. Johnny Hector, not much, out to the 12.
Interesting, Houston has their 2 pass rushers in there, William Fuller, number 95, and Sean Jones, number 96. And the Jets ran it right at them, trying to, again, chew up some of the clock.
2 minutes to go, Al, in the third quarter. 31-3 Jets. McNeil replaces Hector.
And also Al Smith comes out of the game, and now we've got the big front. The big front for the Houston figuring run. They're going to try to stop the run.
Walker is the only outside receiver. Billy Griggs went in motion. And that's Freeman, McNeil, and everybody diving around there at the 15-yard line. 3-yard gain. It'll be third down, 4 to go.
Now,
the Jets with a stop by Sean Jones.
Houston staying in that big front with all their big people. They've got 4 or 5 big defensive linemen in there now. What they do, what the Jets do, to me, is gamble. Go deep. Try the big one. Maybe you can come up with 6 on a big play.
This third quarter slowed down to a waltz, Al.
Yeah, and I think the tempo, Kurt, is being dictated right now by the New York Jets. They're slowing it down.
3rd and 4. Jets on their 15. In the last minute of the third quarter. He's going to throw. Kurt Schoen. Schoen catches the ball forward at the 22-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Jets. They still have the ball when we go into the fourth quarter, unless they lose it here in the next play or 2. Let's take a look at that sideline pattern from the end zone.
Good play, good call, good position by Kurt Schoen. He knew where the first down was going to be. He took it on a down and out and beat his man.
He's Now, you know, a game breaker, great speed, but very good possession type receiver.
Absolutely.
Especially if pinned against the sideline. Hands on the ball, he holds on to it. Jets on their 21-yard line with the first down. Deep handoff. Johnny Hector. Hector trying to drive off the left side. Gets out to the 25, and there's the end of the third quarter as the hometown Jet fans applaud their ball club. The score is the Jets 31, the Oilers 3. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Kurt Gowdy and L.D. Rugatis as we head into the fourth quarter of the Meadowlands in New Jersey. The Jets on top, 31-3. They have the ball on their 25-yard line with a second down and 5. Crossing pattern. Walker has it. Loses the ball. Walker's got it back. Now the Oilers dive for it. Who's got the ball? Let's find out. May just be an incomplete forward pass. It is. Looks like he might have had control. There's a Houston player down.
Looks like the nose tackle, Doug Smith.
That's Jim Sweeney shaken up for the Jets about 10 yards away. That was a strange play, Al.
Sure was.
Those are the hard judgment calls. Did Walker have the ball and control of it to do the common acts of football?
Let's take a look if we can see this. It is. It's a tough call. Let's see if we get an angle here.
After further review, what is this call? Third
Never
down.
had it.
No, it hit the turf, didn't it? Incomplete forward pass. On the Jet 25-yard line, it'll be third down and 5.
Now, the man that's
Right now, while the players are being attended to, let's take a commercial with the score. The Jets 31 and the Oilers 3.
Today's game is brought to you by Michelob. Michelob is a proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. By Mitsubishi Motors, who invites you to come see the full line of cars and trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice. And by Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper bottlers throughout the USA.
Third down 5. Jets in their 25. Early in the fourth quarter. Walker in motion. Off the shotgun. That pass is complete to Mickey Schuler at the 34-yard line. This fellow's one of the best kept secrets in the National Football League. Schuler, he leads the tight ends in the league right now with 10 catches. He's caught 2 today.
he makes the clutch catch. Kurt, we kind of thought they'd be going to Mickey Schuler, and sure enough, Kenny O'Brien picked him out.
That tight end is such an important position in football.
Yeah, and it becomes more obvious today, Kurt, because James Wilson is a great blocker, but he has not shown much. I think he has 1 reception.
First down, Jets in the 34-yard line in New York territory. Out of a spread backfield. That's Vick. And he loses. They had good lateral pursuit on him that time. Somebody can say, well, the Jets now played 2 teams in a row that lost their first-team quarterback. Kozar with the Browns and Warren Moon with the Oilers here, but they haven't been playing against second-string defenses. They rolled up, how many points did you get last week? 26-29 against Cleveland?
You would have asked me that. Was it 23?
And 31 today.
Yeah.
And a 2nd and 10. The Jets on their 34. Schuler going in motion. There's the bomb. It's way over the head. Intended for Kurt Stone. He had turned in. A messed up pattern. Patrick Allen was covering. Oilers have been hurt at left cornerback today. Dishman had to be taken out. Then they put Richard Johnson in. And he got burned on a long one by Wesley Walker.
I guess, Kurt, a play that's disturbed me that we don't see much of it. They have to disguise it to make it work is the old-fashioned screen. A beautiful play, but because of the way defenses are currently being played with, 3-man rush and 8 people in that secondary, that screen pass is so difficult to fool anyone. Before they would block, pretend to block, and then break to the outside. The screen. What an effective play that used to be.
Marcella Walker, the wide outs to the right. O'Brien has a rush on him. And this pass, what a catch by Mickey Schuler. And the pass wobbled there because O'Brien was going to his left as a right-hander. A very difficult pass for Ken O'Brien. Somehow he got it there. I don't know how he did it.
Let's take a look at Mickey, the clutch man. Last week I called him the Pro Bowler, and he sure is. He gets by, he breaks to the outside. It looks like he's going to be beating number 28, Dishman again. Beautiful. Now there was the move. He looked to the inside. He realized that the opening would be coming back. He circles back.
Look at O'Brien backpedaling. There's a tough pass. Not stepping in and following through. He was going backwards as he let the ball go, and he got it there. Great play by O'Brien. First down, Jets on their 49. Hector hit and bounced into Oiler territory to the Oiler 48-yard line. Grimsley hit him first, and Donaldson, the free safety, capped off the play. The nose tackle, Doug Smith, has a bruised knee, should return. Al Toon is still on the sidelines for the Jets with a mild concussion and a split lip. And I doubt if they'll even take a chance of getting him in there with any kind of a head injury with a 31-3 lead, plus a long, brilliant career ahead of him.
Last week, we thought that Joe might go conservative and chew up the clock and run the football. I thought he would do that now. Last week, he threw the football.
Flags are down. It's second down, 7. As they run into the middle of the line, John Grimsley. Flags were dropped at the snap of the ball. I believe it's against the Jets. Roger Vick was the carrier. As a motion penalty against the Jets. Another player down. This game started out like Hurricane Gilbert hit the Meadowlands. We're so happy to...
Illegal motion.
Problems
Number
down
82
there
offense.
Second down. Houston, Corpus Christi, Texas didn't get it the way many people thought they would, and everybody was very much relieved. Cadigan has an ankle problem. Number 1 draft pick, the left tackle of the Jets from USC. So let's take a timeout here. With the score of the New York Jets, 31, and the Houston Oilers, 3. Back of the Meadowlands, there's the number 1 draft pick, the rookie of USC, 285 pounds. Cadigan has an injured ankle, and he's been replaced by Jeff Criswell from Graceland. Jets ball on their 47 with a second down and 13. They're ahead 31-3. Beat the Browns last week 23-3. That's why they have a lot of touchdowns in the last 2 games. Roger Vick, the fullback, cutting back, stumbles to the 49-yard line of Houston. Picks up 4. It'll be third down, 9. Ray Childress, the left end. Richard Johnson, the left cornerback, teamed up for the tackle.
Now again, we'd be looking for number 82, but so will the Houston Oilers. They're looking, figuring that Mickey Schuler is going to be the clutch man. Now in that backfield, you have a couple of guys that can catch it well. Johnny Hector can catch the football. JoJo Townsend just went into the game.
11:30 to play. This is the 12th play of this drive. Seems to have lasted forever. Goes up and back a few yards and up a few yards. In motion goes Johnny Hector. And O'Brien spots somebody as Hector is over his head. Right up against the sideline. He was open. If he got the ball to him a little bit earlier, that might have worked.
And that's why pressure is so important, Kurt. It changes the trajectory of the football. The big men coming in, putting their hands up.
4th down, 9, and Joe Prokop will punt. Kenny Johnson is the safety man for the Houston Oilers. It's hard to figure how these Oilers haven't scored a touchdown. They've been a strong offensive team. They got 38 points against the Raiders last Sunday. All they have is that field goal very early in the game, and that's been it. That's a twisting spiral. Fair catch called, ball hitting, and skipped on through for the touchback Houston will put the ball in play on their own 20-yard line. Every time they get it, they have a long way to go. A punt of 48 yards. That's the score. 31-3. Jets over the Oilers. The Oilers in first down play. They've run 16 of them. 10 have been passes, 6 runs, and they made 5 out of the 16 5 yards or more. They're in their shotgun with their 4 wideouts. They're using this almost every play. Carlson fires deep down the middle, and it's just over the head of the intended receiver, who is Willie Drury of West Virginia in his 4th year.
And we were talking during the timeout about this draft. Now, on that play, Hasty and McMillan were very close, and they did a fine job of covering it.
Look at Buffalo came back and beat New England now. They were trailing 14-3. The other games were in the 4th period. The Eagles picked up a touchdown. Minnesota's on their way. New Orleans increased their lead. And Phoenix now has come back, taking the lead from Tampa Bay. Another close games today. Second down 10. Oilers ball on their 20, trailing 31-3. Carlson this time trying to force that one. He's lucky he didn't get it intercepted. It was to Ernest Gibbons, and Gibbons had 2 men on him. Bobby Humphrey again breaking up a pass. Humphrey last week and this week has been on the sensational side. The Mexico State, a 5th-year player.
I know they've got an awfully good one. Now, James Hasty, number 40, already he's being very much respected. They're not going to his side too much. I like the way McMillan plays that 3 safety position, and Humphrey, as you say, Kurt, has been outstanding all day.
Brent Peace is warming up as backup quarterback on the Houston sideline. 3rd down and 10. Carlson's toss. Forget it. The receiver was going one way to pass the other way. Intended for Duncan. He just was flying down the field. Cody thought he was going to go down and turn out to the sideline. There's the backup man, Ryan, for the Jets. 4th and 10, the Oilers ball on their 20, and they have been stopped cold here in this second half. We're back to the entire game since the early moment. JoJo Townsell is the punt returner on the Jet 40. Greg Montgomery will kick it. The Jets drafted to shore up their secondary the way the Steelers did last year. Steelers started 3 rookies in their secondary and came up with a good bunch of kids. Looks like the Jets have now. Townsell at the 40, 45, and is pancaked at the 47-yard line of the Jets. A 42-yard punt, an 8-yard return, and the tackle by Eugene Seals, a reserve linebacker for the Oilers. Here is Pat Ryan coming in now, and Ken O'Brien turned in a very professional afternoon for the New York Jets.
Might be a good time to concentrate on those running backs right now, particularly the man who doesn't have the ball. The man without the ball is always interesting. You know, we rarely see the blocks that other back makes, although right now it's going to be very difficult because we only have one back there.
We'll check O'Brien's stats. There he is, number 7. Took the rest of it out. Vic, the fullback, the speed, gets outside. That's what you love in a pro fullback, who can start in and then make that corner turn, but the flag is down. O'Brien today, 17 out of 26, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 222 yards in the first half.
Number 83, offense, first down.
That's holding on JoJo Townsell. So that'll spot the ball back 10 yards to the 37-yard line of the Jets, and they'll have a 1st and 20 to go.
Here's where offensive line blocking gets very, very difficult. Everyone assumes the run is coming. You're going to see the nose tackles and the defensive ends closing in, the linebackers moving up to the line of scrimmage.
1st and 20. Jets ball in their 37. They're ahead 31-3. Pat Ryan pass complete to Mickey Schuler, and the big tight end has a first down on the 49-yard line. Got back to the original 10 yards. It'd be second down, 10. Schuler on the 49, second and 10. He's an imposing target, isn't he?
He sure is.
There's O'Brien.
2 weeks in a row, Kurt. 5 the first day, a week against New England, 5 last week against Cleveland. He's getting close to that mark down.
3 tight ends in there. Schuler, Griggs, and K.D. Dunn. Swing out to Vick. Vick into Oiler territory to the Oiler 48. Hauled down by Richard Byrd, the nose tackle. Jets eating up the clock. 9:30 to go in the game. Jets leading 31-3. Buffalo. Al now will be there next Sunday against Pittsburgh. That'll be quite a game. And Jim Kelly threw his first touchdown pass of the year today. They edged. Must have got a late field goal and edged New England, and they're 3-0 leading the Eastern Division. The Jets will be 2-1. Miami looks like they'll be 1-2. The Patriots 1-2. And the Colts that are winning today, they're in the basement. Another pass to Mickey Schuler. Rifles. Bostic trying to defend him from behind. First down, Jets now on the Oiler 38.
9-yard gain. First down.
It'll be a staggering edge in statistics for the Jets, especially in passing.
Kerry McNeil is limping a bit going off. Not a bad time, again, since the Jets are going to be killing the clock, 8:30 and running, to be watching the blocking. Now they've got 2 good backs in there. The other back, as I said earlier, is very interesting to watch.
Jets are just under 300 yards in passing. The Oilers straight ahead. Johnny Hector. Let's see what Houston's got in yardage passing. The Oilers. They have picked up 106 to 285 for the Jets. Jets ball on the Oiler 34.
Second and 5. At the 33.
Boxing, weightlifting, flyweight final. Gold medal to be decided there coming up next on NBC's coverage of the Olympics from Seoul. Second down 5, and the sun has finally broken through in the middle round. Walker in motion. Hector, he's quite a diver, leaper. He's good around the goal line. He's good in short yardage. He'll get up there and do the 10-meter springboard for you. 30-yard line of the Oilers. They'll have a third down. And here's our 10-minute ticker again. Kansas City holding on to that lead. Cincinnati leading Pittsburgh. Buffalo rallied to beat New England. Miami maybe on the way. Washington holding on. They've had some tight games. Minnesota, big win for them. Saints. Phoenix in a tight one with Tampa Bay. Third down, a long yard to go. Jets on the Houston 30. Ryan screamed just as he let that ball go, but he got rid of the pass, and it's to Wesley Walker for a first down Jets.
Robert Lyles came in without being touched and really laid it to Pat Ryan.
Here's a man, Al, that is a candidate for most valuable today, Wesley Walker. Catches him short, he catches him long.
And they've got to respect Wesley Walker. You just got to respect that speed. We talked about it, and I guess, Kurt, we've concluded he hasn't lost any speed at all.
Now the University of California, one of the fastest wideouts in pro football. He's caught 5 today for 106 yards. Danny O'Brien in the running. Bobby Humphrey. Mark Gastineau. He got a delay play. It's going nowhere. It just took too long for Rogers Vick to turn around and develop it. For Eric Fain as the Oilers now are putting in some of their second stringers. And they're getting Kenneth Johnson in the game as second string safety. The Jets have the ball on the 33-yard line, or the 28-yard line of the Oilers. They have a second down and 12. 31-3 Jets. The Oilers scored first in this game, and both clubs came out hitting. We've had a lot of melees in it, scuffles, unnecessary roughness penalties. One player has been ejected. Second half hasn't been nearly exciting as the first half. A quick pass, another flag goes down. It went down into the secondary of the Houston Oilers. Catching that ball was Roger Vick on the 26-yard line of the Oilers. The clock ticking away. We're down to 4:45 to play. That's holding against the Oilers, the most penalized team in football this year. Gets another one. They must have 11 or 12 penalties in this game. They had 15 last week.
Pat Ryan must be talking to his offensive line. He saw Kenny O'Brien go in there most of the game untouched. He's been in for a short time, and he's taken
Holding,
two very hard hits.
defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
There's the man who did it. Richard Johnson. First down. Oilers 11 for 95. They had 10 the last time I looked. And the Jets 10 for 95.
That's called equity.
Even them up. First down. Jets on the Oiler 24. Ryan going to the end zone. There's Walker. He got it. Wesley Walker. Another electrifying catch.
They just put Chris Dishman back into the football game, and once again he's victimized. The young man will learn. He's been put in some of the very, very tough positions, and Wesley had him turned around completely. Let's take a look at it. He's giving him a good cushion. What a catch.
Walker now has 6 catches, 128. Look at that. Look at that concentration as he looked that ball with a man hanging right over him. 128 yards, and Walker scored 3 touchdowns in the game. He really helped open it up for the Jets, Al, in the late in the first quarter and the second quarter.
I thought Al Toon was the pivotal man, Kurt, early on, but you're so right. Wesley Walker has had the kind of game that we haven't seen Wesley have in a long time, and it's just been outstanding. How do you pick, you know, the best player?
I don't know who's the best player, but I think I'm going to vote for him.
Wesley Walker.
I got one other guy I have to get a vote from, and that's you.
Now, see, when I see a defense, although, I mean, shut out 2 good teams 2 weeks in a row, shut them out, just give them 3 points, Kurt. It's kind of hard to ignore that defense. Now, how do you do it? I mean, Joe last week gave the offensive line all the ball. He may do that to the defense. I'll go with you. I'll go with you with Wesley Walker when the time comes. However, I got to give a big vote to that defense.
Well, the Jets have had some passing today. O'Brien, 17 out of 26. 3 touchdowns, 260 yards. The backup man, Pat Ryans, hit 5 out of 5 for 52 yards and a touchdown. 22 out of 31. And there's a fella, a youngster, Cody Carlson, who had a great day against the Raiders last Sunday. Today, real problem. The Jets changed a lot of things around against him. I think it had him confused early in the game. He never quite recovered from it, Al.
He doesn't have his hat on, Kurt. It looks like we're going to take a look at Brent Peace in there, the young man from Montana.
That kicks in the end zone. Leonard Harris downs it for the touchback. Oilers ball. I'll tell you a real upset if the Jets hold this club without a touchdown. This is right up near the top so far. It's still a very young season. But there's Brent Peace going in. He was a replacement quarterback last year. If the Jets hold on here and don't allow the Oilers a touchdown, it'll be the first time since the second and third games of the 1985 season that they have accomplished this feat. The opponent's not getting a touchdown in 2 consecutive games. We have 4:17 to go. That's Lorenzo White. This is the fellow you heard so much from Michigan State last year. Top ball carrier in the Big Ten and right up there in the nation. Rich Miano tackled him. And as their coach Glanville explained, they come in here, the Bula Bula boys. Bula Bula Yale or whatever, the college boys is what he's trying to say. And they're such good runners in college that they don't have to learn the other skills. For the pros, they've got to learn to block for somebody else and have to come out and catch the ball. Uh-oh, there you go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Rolling on in is Mike Zordich, who picked that one off. Mike Zordich from Penn State.
Well, those are the things, Kurt, that happens. We anticipated something like this earlier happening. You throw it up enough times, and somebody's going to figure you out. And they've been figuring it out all day.
Second-year player, Penn State. How about this young Jet secondary? They are impressive. James Hasty, a rookie, a hitter. Jordish just picked that one off. Bobby Humphreys, in his 5th year, fairly young. Booty, a rookie, was tough today. McMillan intercepted a pass in the end zone, and he was tough.
And how about Brent Pease? He'll never forget his first pass in the NFL.
Well, no, he played in the replacement. Well, he played in the strike games last year. Played well enough to make the big team this year. The kick was good. And the Jets. And when they ring this one around the country and nobody's read the scores or heard about them, and they say the New York Jets 45, Houston 3, they'll say unbelievable.
Here it is from the end zone. It looks easy. When a team is beaten, and Houston has been beaten for some time now, he never did read Jordick coming in, making a fine reception. Another Penn Stater doing it in the NFL.
Let's talk about starts in a season. You and I were doing the games the year Pittsburgh Steelers lost 4 of their first 5, then won 9 in a row. Then Franco Harris, Rocky Blair got hurt, and they couldn't beat Oakland in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. But isn't it good for a young club like this to have these 2 impressive wins? Doesn't this give them that confidence and momentum now?
Absolutely. And Joe Walton, written off by many, has proven again that he's resilient. Joe Walton and his team, they are playing like a team. He said they're taking time to get it together, and they've gotten it together. Robin Cole talks about respect. I think there are 2 teams, the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Oilers, that definitely respect the New York Jets and Joe Walton.
Well, they play the Lions next week in Detroit. Houston will be at home against New England. Lorenzo White coming out. Down he goes on the 15-yard line. The All-American of Michigan State, hit by John Booty, the rookie secondary back from TCU, an 18-yard return. Now, the Oilers had won their first 2 games, and if they'd have won this one, it would have been their first time since 1960, the first year of the AFL, that the Oilers would have won their first 3 games. But 2-1 won't be bad, and they'll be at home next week.
As Don used to say, if and buts are candy and nuts.
Oilers ball on their 15, 3:27 to go. Jets 45, Oilers 3. Out of the shotgun. That's Lorenzo White. Takes it. They're giving him some playing time. All right. Lenny Berman has an update for us, so let's go to Len and see what's going on.
All right, thank you, Kurt. 11 seconds left in Foxborough. Scott Norwood for the Bills, 41 yards. Buffalo beats New England 16-14. The Bills are 3-0. They'll lead the surprising second-place Jets by 1 game. All right, Kurt.
Another near interception led while you were winding it up. Boy, 11 seconds. Buffalo was behind in that game, 14-3. Great comeback for him. Kelly finally got a first touchdown pass. I see they're at a big rumor mill that he had drug problems. He called a press conference, said, look, I'll take a test today, tomorrow, whatever you want, every day. I have no problems with drugs, and I resent very much the stories, and that's it. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not, but Bobby Knight, a very very good friend of mine. I couldn't believe when I read about a great young freshman he had last year, Jay Edwards, on drugs. But I don't know the real extent of the story, but a freshman in college. This is Curtis Duncan bringing it out. Well, every week it's something new.
Well, it is, Kurt, and it's about time the professionals in professional sport start saying no. I mean, you really get tired of it. America's got to start saying no. What's happening here? Greatest country in the world, and we're having drug problems. We never talked about that.
No, a lot of people have asked me. As I was lucky, it's been a long time in this business I love, and I said in the 60s and 70s, Ted Williams, DiMaggio, Bobby Lane came to me, grabbing by my shirt. I just want to play. That's all they wanted to do then, was play. Now it's, well, you never even heard of things like this. Brent Peace, back up court. Look out, he's hit by Lahaim with another sack for the Jets. Robin Cole, who came over from the Steelers, he got him in the last 2 weeks in the locker room and talked to him. They asked him to. Schuler, the captain, asked him to get up and talk to him. And he told him about the Steelers and the Super Bowl and the pride on the team. And I guess it's helped him.
Oh, it sure has.
Helped him.
I think the question of respect, when he brought that up, he said, you're not respected. Well, you know, you've got to be pleased with this comeback. And I'm sure Houston, winning their first two, are going to be in it. And they have learned a great lesson here today also.
That pass is to Harris. You know, another thing I'll never understand about pro football, there's Ken O'Brien, is 1 week, team looks like one way. The next week, they can look completely the other way. Look at the lopsided scores. You get beat 40 to something. The next week, you beat somebody else 40 to something. The 2-minute warning whistle blew. 2 minutes to go in this game. And the Jets roaring on, have a 45-3 lead.
Winslow, you made the right choice.
They're all coming over and asking Altoon how he is. He received a concussion in this game on a hit in the secondary. He caught his 3 passes. He's on his way to a big day. But he evidently is all right and will be back in action for the Jets next week when they go to Pontiac to play the Lions. The Oilers have the ball on their 35-yard line with a 3rd and 12. Hopelessly out of this game, 45-3. Take no chances. A star like this. There's Wesley Walker. What a pair they are, huh, Al?
Outstanding.
How'd you like to coach them? Let's take a look at the Jet report cards that we do every week for NBC. We'll wait after this play. It's 3rd and 12. The Oilers under 35. They go to Lorenzo White. The rookie from Michigan State stopped at the 35 for no gain by Paul Fraze. Here's a report card. Passing. There's O'Brien. He had a great day, mostly in the first half. Walker, 6 catches, 128 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gastineau, 7 tackles, 2 sacks. Humphrey broke up 5 passes and recovered 1 fumble. On 4th down, the Oilers turn the ball over and the Jets will take it. Most valuable player in the game, this is always a tough one. I'm going to go with Wesley Walker. He really split out that Houston defense. 3 touchdowns.
And, you know, I haven't been with you in so long, Kurt. And out of total respect, even though that defense did such a great job, but here's Walker victimizing Mr. Dishman, rather. Once again, you're right. He played a whale of a football game, but that defense, you've got to give it.
Well, that's right. Now you could go to O'Brien. Gastineau had probably his best game in 3 years today. And Bobby Humphrey had a great time of it. That's the most valuable player, sponsored by Budweiser, Wesley Walker of the Jets. And Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games around America on NBC's coverage of the NFL. Vick, the fullback, pulled down for no gain on the 35. We're down to 1:25 to go. Now let's take a look at the Oilers report card today. Carlson, tough day for him after a brilliant game against the Raiders last Sunday. 9 out of 25. Only 106 yards, sacked 4 times. Gibbons caught 3. Drew Hill held it 2. Those 2 were held today to 79 yards. Last year, they got over 1,900 yards together for the year. Drury, scoreless. Duncan, 1 out of 5.
Last week, the Jets stopped the powerful running attack, as I said earlier, of the Cleveland Browns with only 27 yards. And today, they stopped one of the best passing teams in football almost totally.
Second down, 10. Jets now freezing the clock away with 40 seconds. Pat Ryan goes down. Joe Costanza and company. The spotters, Mike Elber, Frank Zurkowski helping us in the booth. James McLaughlin, Ron Zurkowski. Joe Walton has to be happy. Al Toon coming over. 45-3. The Jets, 45-3. Let's watch Walton come off. And there's Jerry Glanville saying, hey, boy, you gave it to us today. That's it. We're going to go to commercial now for our stations around. Final score, Curt Gowdy and L.D. Rogatis, 45-3, New York Jets. Final.